in the interface. What's going on, everyone? This is Tim on the Online Big Blue, bringing you the best of New York Giants sports talk and entertainment. Oh, we all see that Don already got himself banned. He was mouthing off. He was dominant, so I told him he's no longer allowed on this show. He's no longer available, but we'll just have to wait and see if he ever comes back around. But of course, I'm just kidding. The Dahmer would always be on the stream no matter what happens. Dom. Don't say anything stupid.
I mean, I can't promise, but let's see if I can go more than 2 minutes, shall we?
That's what she said. Oh, no, we couldn't. We couldn't go. And that's what she said again. No, we couldn't go more than 2 minutes.
Well, you get up to in your own personal time is you're up to you, but
come on, that was a little bit funny. Come on there. I gotta take this off. Hey, AB, everyone. Fred Stanley's in the house. Zach Attack is here, of course. I thought I saw Mike Lee at one point in time. Nope. I'm a talent scout now for our favorite place that everyone loves to talk about now.
Hey, am I sponsoring the show again this week?
You're always sponsoring the show. You are Mrs. We are all ready because we all know what time it is, folks. It's the time for Poppycockers, Tom's #1 sports and entertainment place, best in London's West End. You looking for a dull entertainment? You looking for fun? Where do you go? You go to Poppycockers. I know I really should just do that for a living.
It's almost like you've got a voice for radio.
Oh my god. Oh, lots of good.
Unfortunately, you've got a face for radio, but you know,
I got a face for radio. But you know, it's fun. I was telling Dom, the radio contracts and everything were signed, and I'm waiting for them to execute, and I have to go through background checks and stuff like that. But they actually want you to like do things. Like there's like a producer that tells you, okay, you have to script things out, and you have to do things, and you have to do this, and you have to do this, and we have to do this. I told the guy, just come on and talk.
And you're so good at taking orders as well. I mean,
shut up.
You know what with your face for radio and voice for writing, you've got it nailed.
I got it in my mind for math. But speaking of math, let's talk about this. I see a lot of people in the room. Hey, what's going on, Mike Lee? Lots of good tequila. Of course,
that'll help with your math.
What's up, Tim? Can't wait until the Giants pick the GM polls. Is getting a second interview along with Schoen. Schoen had the interview today. Joe Schoen. He went in for the interview today. I didn't go on Twitter to see if he rocked it yet. all that inside information for the people that have no information. He rocked it. I like Schoen.
Is it Schoen or Shane? Out of interest. Seriously, I mean, genuine question.
I believe it's. I mean, I have a friend whose name is Schoen, so I'm assuming it's the same name.
Because if it's shown and he tanks, right, that's a headline writer's dream.
I know. But I people started figuring out why I like Mr. Joe Schoen quite a bit. People have figured it out. Dom, can you figure out why I like him so much?
Is it because you'd like to take one of the coordinators along with him?
No. No.
No, go for it. Go. You.
Liberty versus Syracuse. Malik Willis. Buffalo sent 4 scouts to that game. 4 scouts.
Do they have some good linemen, do they? Because I can't think who else is there. I mean, I might be missing something. Is there someone you like playing for Liberty?
They got nothing but a quarterback. An all-star, an all-franchise quarterback.
Do you know what? It's a shame Pickett doesn't play for Liberty, because then it could be the Statue of Liberty.
We're gonna get
banned again.
We're gonna get into Pickett's. We're gonna get into him because I pointed something out today that people are bashing me for. And only because of the fact that I said the only thing I worry about with Kenny Pickett is the fact that he is a 5-year player at Pittsburgh. And he only had one good year out of 5, like really one great year out of 5.
Yeah, I mean, I was listening to that, funny enough, right before we came on. And I think, you know, that is something you'd have to be concerned about, right? I think it's like you talk about Leonard Williams, right? You know, as a sort of not a similar comparison in terms of player, but in terms of how long did it take? Now, you would assume there is a potential there. If it took him 5 years to figure it out in college, the NFL is quicker, faster, stronger. How long potentially will it take for him to figure it out, particularly if he's not coming into a good team? Again, Mac Jones last year probably the best of the rookie 5 quarterbacks, but he came into the best situation and has been figured out to some extent. Can Pickett's overcome that? I mean,
some extent.
It wasn't that bad. They only lost by nearly 40 in the playoffs.
Yeah, I know. That's what I mean. They barely figured him out. I mean, it was barely happening. Hey Jay, what's going on here? On with Tim and the Dahmer. That's his new name, the Dahmer. We got our hey Dom, old chap. That shirt makes you want to draft, baby. Yeah, we're gonna have a contest during the draft, and I don't think a lot of people know this. It's gonna be who can do the best draft, baby. Yeah, I think that we'll have a celebrity judge, and I think it's gonna have to be Dom. Is going to be one of the judges. Like I said, I have been
my celebrity these days.
You might
doesn't take. I'm going on Love Island. I don't know what Love Island is. I just know it's some kind of celebrity show.
I'm going to say it right now. I have been practicing all this time.
Draft, baby. Yeah.
So I could do my best Dom impression, but that's okay.
You need to work on the lip syncing, but otherwise you're good.
Shut up. No one's getting wonked yet. No one's getting wonked.
I actually misread that the first time as well.
Don't you Dom is wonked?
I misread it. I was like, I am actually knackered. I probably look like I'm half dead this evening, but
you rocked it, Poppycock.
It was a late night last night in the club, but here I am.
But you looked tired. I'm spitting out the truth like I always do. But like I said, I like Schoen, and I'm not. It took people a while to figure out why I like him so much. He is a Malik Willis fan. He is a Josh Allen fan. And I'm not comparing Malik Willis to Josh Allen. Not saying that. Not throwing that out there. Similar. One Wyoming, one Liberty. Both running style quarterbacks. Both have. Did you just almost fall out of your chair? Both have issues at times in reference to percentage of completion in college, but both dynamic. Now, I believe, did Allen go 10th overall that draft? I don't remember what it was.
Somewhere around there. I was going to say 11, but I'll look it up.
Look it up. Google it, because I don't Google things. That takes effort. That takes effort. But he is a guy that
you don't have to write your own script coming up.
Oh, shut up.
Oh no, he's much so. He's not. He's number 7.
7. He went 7th overall.
I thought he was a double.
Wait a minute. Who's drafting
7? I can't remember.
Who's drafting 7th and 20? Oh my God.
We don't know because we're going to have to trade back one of the picks.
Shut up. Who's drafting 7? Oh, it is pronounced Shane, my friend. It is Shane, but it's spelled Shone. But okay, maybe it is Shane or whatever. That guy from Buffalo. How about that? I'll call him Joe because we're on a personal level. Me and Joe, because he's a Malik.
Not to be confused with a different Joe we know.
He's a Malik. Yeah, no, that is going to be now referred to as a name we shall not speak. A new sound effect.
Not be named.
A name is a new sound effect is on the horizon for the name we shall not speak, and that is that. I can't tell you who that is.
He shall not be named.
But now Ryan Poles is also coming in Wednesday. I'm a big fan of his as well because of who we could potentially be attached to.
Would that be Eric?
Eric, the Bieniemy? The Bieniemy of the East? Come on, that is going to be... I'm going to be like so much Bieniemying things. There's going to be like a Bieniemy. Hello, Rusty Nails coming in with the first super chat of the day. Of course, all super chats go to the Philadelphia Children's Hospital. They report the Bills were scouting Blake Willis. Very interesting considering he's interviewing for our position. Rusty, did you just miss that? Did you just come in late? Because for the last 7 minutes, I've been talking about the fact that they sent him out. He sent 4 scouts out to watch Liberty and Syracuse. He's a Malik Willis fan.
I mean, Rusty, in case you missed it, he's been pontificating.
I'm always pontificating. It's a rule. Oh, wait. I saw something from Zach, but we're going to get to that in a minute. But yes, I see that is one of the reasons why. And I love it because, like I said, so many people are like, why do you like him so much? And I never said it. I never said it. I never brought it up, Dom. But yes, that is one of the reasons that I miss or like Shane. Should be shown. It's spelled shown. But okay. We'll go with that. Dom.
Yeah.
You're awake.
I am.
I mean, do you think Do we think that's a possibility? Do we think that's a option? Do we think that he is the lead candidate, even though he's in first for the second time?
I mean, he's.
I always
He's
love your
coming.
hard hitting comments.
I know. He's coming from an organisation that's drafted well, created something going there. I think that's the plus side about all the people they brought in first time round. He's got the experience around the NFL. Like with all the candidates that came in, we don't know exactly what they do. They're not the main GM at any of their respective organisations, but by all accounts, he did interview very well in the first round. I mean,
No. He
hang on,
rocked
wait,
it.
he rocked it. Yeah.
On Twitter, he rocked it.
Yeah, let's
rocked the Casbah.
Let's not get OTT. We're talking about a man in a grey suit behind in an office, but it's not like he came in playing air guitar. He seems like a very competent guy. I like these candidates. On paper, as far as we can tell, they're coming from the right organisation. So I'm fine if he comes in. I'm not concerned about any of them, but I can't get excited about any of them either because we just don't know what they're doing. As for Malik Willis, yeah, look, quarterback is something we either need to address this year or next year, one way or the other, because Daniel Jones isn't the answer. So
he may not be the answer, and he also may not be coming back.
Well, exactly. I mean,
we can't wait till August to see if that bone is. I mean, it's not a bone. I'm just saying, it's not a bone.
We have to do something. We can't be coming in with an equivalent of the quarterbacks we had this year backing him up and waiting to August and hope he's better. Particularly as it's not like he's been, performing like Josh Allen or anything like that, who's obviously seen the improvement.
Right.
You can't wait till August to see what's what. So we're going to need to do something at quarterback. My preference is that is that you don't bring in a quarterback until you bring in the right guy or the guy you believe is going to be the right guy. You can never be sure. And you bring them into a organization that's slightly better pieces around it. But that said, if you think you've got the right guy in this draft, Willis for argument's sake, then go get it. Then go get it now. You don't wait in the hope that you can get one next year. But if you're not sure, go over bridge and build pieces around.
Well, Wolfie says it best. That's why Joe is my favorite. Willis and Allen are both damn near identical prospects. Shane had the Bills, took a chance. I hope we get him, and he takes a chance with the Giants.
Was it Shane though? I mean, he presumably will have had a say in this.
No, he's only the assistant general manager.
Yeah,
so no, he handles the scouting.
Yeah, this is what his role before obviously Bean will make the final call along with potentially the coach, but
right. Keep Jones another year and sit Willis or trade Jones to Indianapolis. I would trade Jones to Indianapolis. I would trade Jones to Pittsburgh. I would trade Jones to any quarterback hungry team that is available.
Trade him to anyone that wants him.
What
would you want for him? $1.90?
No, someone actually, I can't remember who it was. I think it was a pimp called Slickback. Said it best. I think we're trading him for 12 Krispy Kreme donuts, and I added a large black Wawa coffee. Dom has no idea what that is, but that's what I was.
I can work out from inference, but I mean, I can't see Indianapolis going for Daniel Jones. They've already got one beat up quarterback.
I mean, if we get a third rounder for him, maybe a third and a sixth, I would take that.
I was going to say it's a third and maybe a late rounder if you can get it.
I mean, I would also want to try to trade him before his option in May.
I don't think you take the option, whatever you do.
Well, that's why I want to trade him before the option.
His value, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I want to trade him for that. Get him.
I don't think you're going to be able to trade him before then until the extent of his injury is known.
That's what scares me because, like I said, I don't know anything. I have no medical degree. I didn't stay at a days in. I don't play a doctor on TV, but I still think it's something. I still think there's a bone issue because you don't go this long. And I've had strained muscles in the neck. I've had stingers, but you don't go this long. You don't go another 7 months down the road and say, well, I'll be better in August.
I mean, in all seriousness, I have a triple curve in my spine, and my spine is fused into my left shoulder. So I have all sorts of issues with my neck. But I don't think I've ever, due to a back injury or neck injury, been forced to miss this long. Just from muscle damage, at all. And I mean, my back is not broken, but I mean, it's really not in a good state at all. Which is why I'm so much shorter than most of my family because of the curvature. I've never missed this long, ever, just through muscular pain in my back, ever. So I think there's something seriously wrong there, and I wonder whether he even makes it again, plays again. But there's no way we get trade value for him now because he's not like he's lit it up and he's carrying an injury and he's shown he's injury prone.
I can't understand how
It's not a great recipe.
I still don't understand how this guy is pronouncing his name Shane. There is no way that is pronounced Shane.
Sorry. I'm glad that's where you're at.
That there's not. I mean, I'm sorry.
It's Shun or
Joan is the way it's pronounced.
Yeah.
If you do it phonetically and spell it, and do it like it sounds, it should be shown. But okay, he helped build a great defense, whatever his name is. And didn't they trade for Diggs though? They didn't sign Diggs. They traded for Diggs. They traded.
Yeah, that's right. They traded for Diggs.
And in Buffalo, a well-balanced team. I agree. Like I said, I like the guy.
But I mean, GM still got to have. He's assistant GM. Still got to have a say in that trade for Diggs.
Yeah.
You still got to go and have the balls to go and do it, right? So
I like this one. John Mayer said that is Herbert-esque. I hope not. I hope he didn't say, "Oh, Bob, thank you for the super chat." There's no comment, but thank you for the super chat. Because all super chats go to the kids. Oh, no comment. Just doing a good.
Well,
all right,
Mr. Hill.
That's for you, Bob. Way to rock it, Bob. Thank you very much. And that, of course, goes to the Philadelphia Children's Hospital. I appreciate that, Bob. That is a good deed for the day. Your good deed for the day is listening to Dom.
Yeah, no. My good deed for the day was listening to you sing before we came on.
But see, that's nothing because I sing no matter what.
Yeah, well, if that's what you call it. I mean, I can think of other adjectives I would use to describe your singing, but
awesome.
I mean, that's one you could go with. Sure.
Wonderful. Are you trying to think my singing is this? Or is that what you're trying to say to me?
Your singing would fit in well in Cleveland.
Shut up. I love the guy, but I think Sean will get the job. Shane, whatever his name will get the job doing experience. Now, Joe is 42. Ryan Poles, I think, is 36. But I think they have pretty much similar ties and experience and similar.
Poles start in when he was like 21.
Yeah, he started a lot younger. I mean, to me, I like Poles because you look at how he rebuilt that, and he had his hands. They admit it. He had his full hands in rebuilding that offensive line in Kansas City. So I mean,
that's a real credit to them. That line it struggled early doors, but it was always going to, but it's got better and better.
Yeah,
it's a better offensive line this year than last year, even when they were at full strength.
Let's see what Jordan Major says. Not a fan of a run first quarterback long term. Haven't seen them win a Super Bowl and they always get hurt. I will take Willis. They need to turn him into a pocket passer who does not use his legs to extend. See, I don't like that. The league, look at Josh Allen, what he just did to New England. He is not what I would Josh Allen is not what I would call a prototypical pocket passer. Aaron Rodgers, in my mind, is not what you would refer to as a typical pocket passer. Now, you do have the Tom Brady's, you do have the Matthew Stafford's, but the league is shifting. There's a shift in the force. I watched Star Wars the other day. There's a shift in the force. And I'm watching some show called Boba Fett that's on Disney Plus. But
isn't he something like a sort of a bounty hunter, right?
I don't know. I guess so. I don't know. I said I was watching. It didn't say I was paying attention. It's like when I talk to you. I said I'm listening. I said I'm listening doesn't mean I'm listening to what you're actually saying. OBJ, the Giants offense has been nothing without OBJ. I always felt that John Mara traded OBJ to Cleveland out of spite. It certainly hurt his career. I'm glad OBJ had it was nice to see OBJ had him a nice night. It was nice to see him with the big touchdown catch. He should have had that other one that he had a 23-yard reception, got called back because of a penalty, and then he threw that nice pass. I mean, I hold no ill will, no grudge against OBJ. I'm glad he's being successful. I am. I think he's kind of a knucklehead, but you know what? Who isn't a knucklehead at that age?
Yeah, and he's also a star, right? And generally speaking, stars make a big noise and what have you. I think, but generally speaking, I don't wish ill will to any player that leaves the organization. You want them to go on and have success, ideally not when they're playing against us, but and I I'm with you. I don't think that OBJ was traded out of spite. I think that was a culture move, which has obviously gone terribly well, on the part of the organization. And I think that there was things there that they just felt that OBJ it wasn't gonna work, and he wasn't gonna be the way that we got to success. As it turned out, the way we tried to do it didn't work either. But just remind me though, who did the Rams beat last night? It's how about them Cards?
Kyler Murray, man.
Finally, my view on them has come through.
Kyler Murray was lost in the sauce, man. His eyes were like, I mean, he didn't know what to do. But the Rams have a great defense. I mean, I don't. And you're also playing without DeAndre Hopkins. I mean
what was only off the IR last minute as well. And also it's his first playoff appearance, right?
Yeah.
Murray was, and generally speaking, quarterbacks struggle. You know?
I did not expect them to win yesterday because they were playing in LA, but I did not expect them to get blown out.
No.
I mean, I
think that was a surprise, right?
There were two different differences. Oh, Mrs. Online Big Blue with the coffee.
Where's mine, please?
You don't get any coffee. Nobody likes you. She's even looking at her going, I don't like Dom. But thank you, my love. I'm talking to you, Dom.
Oh, that's all right.
I'm crying.
Actually, no, to be honest with you, that gives me reason to cry.
I like this one. The Colts will offer a mid-round pick for Jones.
Nice.
So, yeah, I mean,
I'll take it, but no.
Yeah, I don't think they will. I don't see it, but you know,
not the Colts. Have you seen the comments on Wentz? You know, that are rumored to be coming out of Indianapolis that they're concerned that they shouldn't have rolled it back with him, and injuries catching up, and they might need to be looking in a different direction. I'm sure I didn't dream that like in the middle of the night. I'm sure I read that or heard that at some point today.
Isn't it the middle? Oh, Jesus. Telephone calls are just coming in left and right here. No, I didn't see that.
Is it Indianapolis saying I'm talking rubbish?
You should not be talking rubbish. ECK Sports says a second or a third rounder. I mean, Sam Darnold got a second. Sam Darnold also doesn't have a neck injury.
That's it. He doesn't. And bar the mono, I don't think he was overly injured in the other side of New York either, right?
Yeah, no. I mean, besides seeing ghosts, I mean, he was was pretty healthy. He was pretty healthy.
Oh, how I miss talking about him on Halloween.
Oh, I know. Whoever the GM is, I hope they had the balls to draft Willis at 5 instead of the Panthers. I worry about the Panthers. There's a lot of talk about the Panthers going for Willis. There's a lot of chatter. And I know it's way early, but that if he balls out in the Senior Bowl, he has a good pro day, and he's got good individual workouts. I'm worried that Malik may not be there at 7.
He's rising rapidly up board, right?
Yeah.
He's definitely the number 1 pick in terms of quarterbacks.
Right now, I think he is. I think I like El Gigante. Trade him for a rack of ribs.
And sorry, the other thing about the Panthers is I don't think they're going out to trade picks away to get another quarterback in.
No,
having given away.
I don't think so either.
They're definitely using their draft picks to take a quarterback.
But I think
if that's what they're going to do, and I suspect they will, because
I think they will too. I actually
horrific. After week 5, they were horrific at quarterback.
Now, can I have a little bit of adobo and sazon on those ribs? A little bit of sofrito on there too. Can we just make them the right way with some garlic? Dom's like, again, I don't know what you're talking about. A 3rd and 6 would be.
We don't have good enough weather here to barbecue anything.
Yeah, that's true. It's a good. Can you even barbecue in the UK? Is that allowed?
Yeah, somewhere about the 28th and 29th of July, roughly.
I was gonna say, what 3 days are you able to barbecue in the UK?
We barbecue all year round. We just use an umbrella.
I do that now. I had
when you leave it out in the rain and get an absolute rollicking.
We had a big snowstorm last year, and my deck was covered in snow. And we have dogs, so I should cover like a path to like the stairs to go down and take the dogs out. No, I actually dug a trench to the grill instead of that. I was I need the grill more than that.
Did you have some Korean food? Sorry.
No, we didn't have Korean food.
Just wondered. You were letting the dogs out and you were taking them to the grill. I wondered, 2 and 2. I'm getting banned again, right?
Are you back now?
Well, I was just waiting. I was just waiting for you to catch up.
Things that are not controversial.
I was just waiting for you to catch up.
Are you going to say things that are not controversial?
It was factually correct.
Oh my God! I'm going to trade Dom. We need to see Dom or some Krispy Kreme. Yeah, we should send you some Krispy Kreme, man.
They sound very nice.
The Krispy Kreme are good donuts. I mean, they're really good donuts. You guys have Dunkin' Donuts there?
Yeah, but not. It's not massive.
What kind of donut shops you got there? Like
Not really any apart from the
Queen's
supermarket.
Donuts?
Yeah.
Or something like that. I mean,
they run rings around all other donut shops. We got some kind of big donut company. I can't remember what they're called now. They got a fancy green and white and red logo. But I've never knowingly had a donut from there.
no.
Oh yes, I have. No, I have. They're very nice donuts actually. They're
You have a
expensive,
Krispy
but
Kreme
nice.
donut?
I don't know. I don't know what they're called.
People have to. I don't want to talk about donuts anymore. People have to understand contracts. If we draft three, I said this. If we draft 3 offensive linemen this year and a quarterback next year, the Giants will already win with the quarterback in 3 years. You'll have 1 season to windfall before you lose the entire line. Yeah, I've said that.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of taking everyone in the draft the same year because then their contracts all come up the same. This is my Bigfoot riding a shark. Bigfoot riding a shark. Somebody asked in the private chat. I think that's Wawa coffee.
You're confusing today because you've got a shirt sponsoring you for another coffee shop and then Wawa coffee.
I know. I don't know what coffee that is today. Maybe his family's Irish. Gaelic pronunciation sounds strange. It could be. But I keep thinking now, would you take Kingsbury if they fired him? I don't think they're going to fire Kingsbury. You got to the play. Why, they already fired him?
No, but there's a lot of chatter that he's going.
You're building. You want to talk about you waited how long to fire Joe Judge and now you're going to fire Kingsbury, who had issues the last couple of weeks?
I agree. I wouldn't fire Kingsbury.
Hold on 1 second.
I'll let you do your coffee.
Why is the coffee so strong? What coffee did you make? Huh?
Everyone just take 5. It's fine.
Everyone I'm having coffee. Talk to Dom.
Here's why it would be quite hilarious if Kingsbury's fired, right?
Maybe we have to remake
because
let's remake it.
I can't take him seriously when he's talking coffee.
That's what I was like. Let's remake this. Okay, we're remaking the coffee because I can see through time. That's how strong the coffee is. And I like strong coffee.
I was going to say strong coffee is good. I was trying to talk about Cliff Kingsbury, but I just couldn't do it because I was just listening to you ranting about your coffee and it's actually being taken away and it's going to come back with a new one.
Oh, who's talking here?
But like,
oh yeah! Jay got it right. It's time to go down to Poppycockers, the best in adult London entertainment. Go down to the West End. You can go any place else but Poppycockers, where we're going to be having this year's draft party. Oh yeah! Okay, Dom. That's what you get. That's what you get.
Sure, we can have the draft party here. Yeah, it's fine.
Well, we're going to Dom's house.
But do you know what though? I did say at the start of the season, I thought Kingsbury, if it all goes Pete Tong, is on the hot seat. But he did make the playoffs. I think it'd be harsh to fire him having made the playoffs.
Hey guys, I wonder if Gettleman's son would apply for a GM job. Could it be? No, I don't think Gettleman's son's gonna. I don't think the Giants are gonna say anything. Even if they had a parking lot attendant named Gettleman, I think they might fire him. I mean, really do. I mean, I would. That's just. Oh, here we go. Zach with the cap estimation. Liabilities 208, cap 208, cap space 700,000. How does Abrams still have a job? He's not going to have a job.
He might as well clear his desk if he's not done also.
He's not going to have it. I love it now though, because you go on Twitter. Everyone is shocking. The Giants have no cap space.
It's been obvious for a little while.
I don't know, since the start of last year.
I follow the cap quite closely. I'm always fascinated by the cap because we don't have it in UK sports. We don't have anything like that. So I'm always fascinated by it. And what makes it interesting for me is you can't build the perfect roster because there isn't the cap space to do it. So therefore, how do you hide your deficiencies? It makes you really think. Whereas in other sports, you just go out and go, "Hey, we've got more money than anyone else. We're going to get the best player."
You hide your deficiencies with a big umbrella. Think about it. You just go like this, and no one will see it. That's kind of what the logic was last year with the cap.
Thanks, Mary Poppins.
Oh, thank you. Gentlemen, good to see you. Here late, but where's our new GM? Regrets, I've had a few, but then again, too few to mention.
Well, if he rocked it as much as he rocked the first round interview, he might have just walked out the door having had his second interview.
That's true. He did have a second interview today. Shane or Shone or whatever his name is.
I can't remember now. How many bring back for a second interview?
Right now, the only people that are coming back that we know of
is it just a 2?
Is just because polls is Wednesday. I said it before. It's if you go by the news cycle, you want to release your press release or have your press conference on Thursday. If you're going by the news cycle, you don't want it on Friday.
No.
You can't do it on the weekends. If you're going by media perspective and getting the biggest bang of your buck and capturing the back pages of the New York papers, you gotta release it Thursday. I mean, not saying they're gonna look. Well, they might be looking at that, but I'm not saying that's gonna. Kyler Murray was overwhelmed.
You get the news cycle Friday, Saturday, Sunday by doing it Thursday. Yeah,
you got to do it. You got to do it Thursday. You have to do it Thursday. Couldn't even defend OBJ off field comments, Dom. It wasn't a culture move, but we all know how things turn out and work out. That's why I'm skeptical that Deshaun Watson, John Mara is big on that stuff.
I don't think anyone won or lost the OBJ trade, right? I think OBJ is now in the right place for him. But
well, first of all, he directed that comment towards you, so we're not going to have that. I'm the star. Money shot right here. They always say that. You always shoot the money. Okay, got to explain that to people. That's what that's what they call in the movie industry the money shot. You shoot the money.
Your channel, you are the star. Let's
frame in.
Have it right.
Okay, let's not. Dom is like, I'm Batman. Dom is like Alfred's younger brother, John. Or we'll call him Dom. He's like Dom.
British.
He is British, isn't he?
Yeah, well, he is in the cartoons, I think, and the films.
Yeah, I think he's in the film.
I quite like the Dark Knight trilogy, actually. I'm not a big superhero type fan, but I quite like the Dark Knight trilogy.
Number 4th pick is in play for a quarterback. Who's picking number 4?
I don't know who's picking. Is it
Dom, Google. You're supposed to be looking ahead.
Right, I'm looking at it.
You're my producer. Look ahead and Google.
Well, you go in such random orders. You never know where you're going to go next. I think
it
was the Jets. I was right. Jets.
Listen. I don't know what I'm going to do next.
Jets.
Jets. I don't even know what I'm going to do next.
I can't see the Jets. I mean, so I'm assuming that someone will trade into that spot.
Yeah, I assume that he means that I can see him. I can see someone trading up for Willis.
Someone would want to get ahead of Carolina. Because I do think Carolina is a big chance. We talked about it earlier. We'll take a quarterback. So I can see that.
Which Giant first round pick made you the angriest of all time? Because if you're looking at all time, I don't really have one. Like Cedric Jones made me upset. But if I had to go from looking at last year, I did not like the Tony pick at all. And I still don't like the Tony pick. I said it before. Guy's a 4-year player over at Florida. He excels in a COVID year. And that's his big season. And then he gets taken by the Giants. I mean, still not a fan of the Tony pick. Dom?
I mean, my reactions for Tony Pick was self-evident on the night. But I think the one that under Geldelman that makes me the angriest, I think, is Baker. I think the red flags were there. We traded up into the first round to get him, and obviously it was probably the biggest bust of all of Gettleman's draft picks. So I think that's the one that makes me angry. So I at least understood the Daniel Jones pick. It was supposed to be the new Eli. And that's the way we wanted to carry on. It's not worked, but I understood that one, and therefore I can't get quite so angry about it. I think Thomas has been fine. DeAndre Baker, yeah, the red flags are there. I'm not convinced by Tony, but he's only had a year. Let's see how he goes. See if he can remember his shoes.
Remember shoes, COVID.
Hey, maybe that's why we're going after the Bills guy for Bill's shoe, and never mind. I'll get my coat.
That went nowhere quick. That went nowhere quick.
It went nowhere quicker than Daniel Jones when he gets up to speed.
Trade him for a rack of ribs, bag of footballs, and tequila. All right. The only problem is you got to send that to the Giants, not us. Tonight. You got to send it. You got to send it to. Hey, where's my dog? There's your dog. There's 2 dogs. We should trade him for a medium Pepsi. Why not?
Oh, they could even get it free if they get a season ticket.
What's up, Tim? Driving but listening. That's what I call cool.
The great news for Vincent, who has a great surname.
Yeah, I know.
He can now say when his wife asks him about multitasking, he can prove that he can do it.
That's right. And you're actually like listening while you're driving. So in a couple of weeks, February 18th, you can do that for real, but you got to drive around at 12 at night, at 6 in the morning.
Am I coming on at sort of 5 a.m.?
You're gonna have to come on, man. Because
save the show?
I told you we were having a meeting. I was talking to the producer, and the producer's like, okay, you have to kind of script out and what you're going to talk about and how you're going to talk about it, and what your points are, and what direction everything's going to go. And I was like, what the hell are you talking about? I'm just going to turn the mic on and start talking for 6 hours. He goes, no, that's not how it works.
I mean, this has success written all over it, right?
I know it does, doesn't I think yeah, oh my God, it does. If they change the definition of success, it's got it all. It's gonna be.
This producer's going to need some tablets to help him through the show, isn't he?
I laugh because
antidepressants.
I go on at 12:00. I think after the intros and the commercials, I think it's like
presumably after the news or something like
12:04. Yeah, you go on like at 12:05. I think you actually the mic turns on like at 12:05. I'm assuming by 12:19 they're gonna figure out I got no fucking clue what I'm doing. I'm going by that assumption.
I mean, you were more generous than I was. I was going to go with 12:12 just for symmetry.
Well, I thought I would call you for like 8 minutes. I figured that would work. Do you think the Giants interviewed Mike Mayock? No, they didn't. No, they're not going to.
He's not exactly balled out in the Raiders front office. Secondly, he still was hired when they were had a job when they were doing the first. No, just no.
No Cafe Bustelo. No, not tonight. Not today. What's up, King Tone? What's going on? Another clown 2022 season. Yeah, it's going to be another clown. It's going to be a clown show. It's going to be a wreck. Rather have poppycockers than Tim singing My Way.
I think we'd all rather have poppycockers, and I mean, we'd all rather watch another season of Judge and Jones and listen to you.
Shut up,
and anyway, we're not a clown show. I thought we established that in an 11.
We are not a clown show. We're a freak show. Breaking news: Tim doesn't like his coffee and cafe solo. I
find it interesting. It's not come back yet. You haven't got a new one.
I know. Well, yeah, I think she left me. She left me for asking for more coffee. Shut up. Shut up. I would tell your wife that you're cheap, but she already knows it.
She already knows it. And also, when I'm working, she brings me coffee repeatedly, and/or tea. Sometimes with biscuits on a little plate.
Honey, I want tea and biscuits on a little plate when you come back with the coffee. I want cake. No, make me a pie. We'll show Dom. All right, Shane and Poles are the two finalists. Are they the two finalists now? Are we not having any other interviews, Dom? Did you Google that for me?
I couldn't see any. But I have heard a rumor that Kevin Abrahams has secretly got the job.
Yeah. Eric Flowers. No, I wasn't upset with the Eric Flowers pick. I wouldn't be that. I wouldn't be upset. Who would you like to choice the GM and head coach, Joe? I've said this before. Shane, whatever his name is. I like him because he likes Malik Willis. I also like Ryan Poles. I like them both. Those were when I did the video last week. Those were my two guys that I liked. Because the fact that I like what he's done in Buffalo, and I like what he's done in Kansas, Ryan with Kansas City. And if you wanted, and those also were going to be the two gentlemen that if they brought over their offensive coordinators, I wouldn't be upset. Dom, who are your guys?
As I said earlier, I'm kind of easy about any of these guys they brought in.
Mrs. Online Big Blue said put Dom in timeout. I don't know why, but that's what the text just said. You got put in timeout by Mrs. Online Big Blue.
Is that because I criticized her coffee? Because that was you.
No, I didn't criticize coffee. I said that was the best coffee in the world.
Really?
Yes.
Are we rewriting history?
We might be. we might be Joe judging it.
Yeah.
So who do you want as your duo?
Admittedly, your coffee rant didn't go on for 11 minutes, so you've got work to do.
Who do you want? Who do you want, Tom? Come on. All seriousness here. Come on.
Genuinely happy with either of those two guys coming in. I don't mind the guys from the 49ers either. I think the guys we first round interviewed, all coming from sensible organizations, all fine. But yeah, Poles or Shane, sorry, yeah, absolutely fine with me. I think the bigger issue, where I have let's just call him.
No, we can't call him Joe. Let's just call him Bob. Joe,
Oh.
Shane, or Shone is now Bob.
I have more of a preference on the head coach because I think we can see really much more what they do rather than the GMs. I just think what you want the GM to come in with a philosophy, of vision, and be able to communicate, identify talent, and work with a head coach. I'm assuming these guys will do that, but we won't know until we start.
This is a good question, though. If Baker had red flags, what does Watson have? Deshaun Watson.
Legal issues.
Yeah, lots of them. Lots of them. Saeed says, saw your retweet about the Bills so looking to scout Willis. Give me Joe or give me Bob, please. Yes, 100%. I'm down with that. Breaking news. Horowitz is the guy because he can get Jim Harbaugh to kidnap Jim. That's Matthew Nye's job. We're kidnapping JoJo. Well, no, we're not kidnapping Jim Harbaugh.
I'm
just driving the truck with the money in it.
I'm a fan of the guy from the Ravens, Horowitz. Yeah, I'd be definitely fine with that as well. I'm
doing well. Tone says, King Tone says, how you doing? All right, Tim. I'm doing good. I'm doing good too. I'm talking to Dom. They can't get worse.
I know. That's what I said to my wife earlier on. So I'm talking to Tim for an hour and a half, 2 hours tonight.
If you had to choose, I think we already answered this one. I mean, I think I would take, if we had to choose, if I had to choose, if you said
Poles and Bieniemy,
you had to choose, that's your picking?
Yeah, Poles and Bieniemy, yeah.
That's what I'm picking. So you can't pick that.
Well, where do we have to be pulled apart?
Oh, sorry, Dom. Got me a Hostess cupcake along with my new coffee. Mm-hmm. Yeah. What do you got to say about that? And the coffee smells better. Got me a Hostess cupcake. Hostess cupcake here and a coffee. That's like trumpets.
Mrs. P says I'm too cheap and the cupboard's empty. It's also 20 past 10 at night. If I start drinking anything now beyond a bit of water, I'm gonna be up a lot in the night.
Tim, I'm telling you, we're getting Willis. If he's right, I'm getting a Willis jersey instantly if we draft him. Hell yeah, I'm getting one now.
I was gonna say Tim's gonna get one ahead of the draft.
Why not? Because that'll jinx it. What did I miss? Well, what you missed so far was back on the farm. Timmy has fallen into the well, but Lassie has turned around and is now going for help. Mrs. Online Big Blue did had some coffee that didn't taste correctly, but now we have a new fresh cup of coffee. Dom has never had a Krispy Kreme donut, and I got a Hostess cupcake.
And we established that Tim has a face for radio and a voice for writing. And
I'll probably be off the radio within 19 minutes.
Well, if you take out the news and adverts and stuff, that's 14 minutes.
There better be a lot of freaking commercials, man.
See, I can do math.
There better be a lot of freaking commercials. I mean, a lot of freaking commercials.
Strangely, my wife goes nuts because I say math instead of maths now because I actually prefer the American way of saying maths, which is what we call it.
Oh, if you bring in Malik Willis, what do you do with Jones? If there's no trade, do you leave him on the roster as a backup?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I don't pick up his option. And I see what happens. So you got to roll the dice. But like I said, I'm more concerned with the fact that he's talking about August.
There's no point cutting him because you save almost nothing. So if anything, I haven't got it in front of me, but if we save anything, it's minimal. So there's no point. You might as well stay as your backup.
Right. I mean, I'm opening up my cupcake. I have a cupcake.
I know. I am quite jealous, actually.
Yeah, I would be jealous because you don't have this in the UK. Look at that.
We have cupcakes.
No, you don't have Hostess cupcakes.
We do actually.
No, you're not. You're not allowed to.
We're not allowed to.
Because I said so, and I'm all.
Oh, and I forgot you're the king of the universe.
I am. Thank you. About freaking time people notice this. I think one of these new GMs will switch
I have a whole list of things I'm banning when I become king of the universe. By the way, well, leader of the supreme universe.
Well, that was easy enough to ban Dom. That's what happens when you're.
I'm Batman.
Well, I'm not Batman. I'm not Batman.
Yeah, I walked into that one.
You did walk into that one. I think one of these new GMs will switch up most of the scouting department. Yes. Yeah. My only thing is this with the scouting department, and I've talked about this on another show, on another episode. Your general manager is not your president of football operations. While the general manager does have a lot of say into his scouting department and everything else and bringing in the staff, it's everything that also is going to be approved by the president of football operations, which is why his name is president of football operations. And I'm not sure who it is, Dom, but who is that?
I believe it might be Mr. Mara.
It might be-
Actually, in all seriousness, at what point? Because I agree, I think the scouting department gets a massive shake-up, right? But at what point do you think you do that? Presumably, and I'm genuinely asking now, because you have been inside the organisation. Presumably, that's now they start to bring some of their guys in if they can before the draft. But maybe there's gardening leave and they can't get them in. Do they keep the existing one until after the draft and then sort of go again and restructure it ahead of a new college season? I'm assuming
it would be bad precedent. But the problem is, and that's why they're trying to hire a general manager so quickly, because he needs to get his staff into place. And of course, the next most,
including his head coach, of course.
But the problem is, two potential guys as a head coach are still in the playoffs. Hold on, everyone. That was John Mara calling. I can't talk about it right now. That was John Mara calling.
If you'd also just drop in the scouting department.
But the issue is you're trying to get the people in as quickly as possible. And they're trying to get them in place so they can see what's going on and they can start their analysis. And a lot of these guys, hopefully they're gonna pillage from whatever prospective organization that they're coming from. They're going to try to get some of their own guys in here. But yes, I have seen it where the scouts from the previous regime are still on the payroll, just so the fact that they can move forward. Now, we're so far away from the draft right now because we haven't even concluded the season. So hopefully that's not going to be an issue. If we get Willis, I am trading Jones and getting a cheaper veteran instead of that because we still need more backups, even if Jones is here. Marcus Mariota. Just throwing it out there. Awesome video the other day, or was it today? I talked about the quarterbacks.
Trubisky, even potentially from the Bills, as another sort of. I'm not a big fan, but we're talking bridge quarterbacks here.
Yeah,
anything to get us through the year. You just need someone that's going to come in and not cost the earth because we haven't got it. We haven't got the money.
I'm not against that, but I think Mitch may command some money more than
not that far removed.
And I think Marcus Mariota is also going to command some money that we don't have.
He will presumably be cheaper though, having basically sat for 2 seasons as opposed to 1.
Yeah, I mean it's interesting. A face for radio, a voice for silent movies.
I'm assuming he's talking about me now.
Yeah, I'll give you a silent movie. you didn't get Walker. You got Eli Manning.
Can I just point out, I was self-depreciating now. It wasn't even. It was aimed at you, and I took the bullet.
You're so sweet, Dom.
I know. It's a gift.
Here's for Dom. Here's the actual bullet.
You're off the target.
No, I'm not off the target.
Oh, that genuinely tickled me.
That's going to be Dom's new sound effect. And that was at 4:48. That generally tickled me. No, I was not up. I
said it was a voice message after. Don't worry.
I had on my EDC, if anyone knows what that is, and I had to take it off because it was sticking me in the side. Oh,
You talking code?
What's that?
You talking code?
I'm talking code. Talking cool guy code. That's cool. Like I said, we're a Madden show. We're not allowed to talk about movies, but we talk about Madden stuff. Tim, thoughts on the end of the Cowboy game? I thought the ref screwed him. I don't think it would have changed the outcome. I think a couple times during that game with the clock running, the refs took too long to spot the ball. I mean, I still think the Cowboys lose, but I do think there should have been one other play.
McCarthy's getting a lot of heat over his clock management there to run the play he did rather than throw to the sideline that was moving them forward.
I'm sorry, did he call victory formation twice to run quarterback sneaks?
But no, I mean, in all seriousness, he is. And there's a lot of people there saying that, should they move him on to try and keep Dan Quinn and put Dan Quinn in as head coach or even, mine's gone blank on the OC there, but he's done a good job. Kellen Moore, thank you, yeah. But yeah, they're saying, Dan Quinn, the guys on defense seem to love him, former head coach, of course. Do they move McCarthy on and move Quinn up? A lot of people talking about that today and yesterday.
In all honesty, how do we fix the cap? You can't. If we are a new GM, what do? Tackle first. Cut, play, trade, play. Here's the problem with cutting and trading players. I see this a lot.
Dead cap.
If you cut and trade somebody or you cut someone, you're still incurring the dead cap number. And the problem is you're then devoiding your roster of that talent. And then you are going to have less cap space to go out and sign mediocre to beyond mediocre talent to replace the talent which you just got rid of. Your best hope is these guys that have big cap numbers, let them play out next year and then turn around and try to see what you can do with them in 2023. I mean, that's going to be your logical choice. I mean, right now you have to build through the draft because your free agency is going to be not non-existent, but it's going to be small. And I see all these people that like bargain free agents. I'm looking at the free agents like this guy is still going to cost $10 million.
You're talking about the Danny Sheltons of the world.
Yeah.
That's where you're talking. You're not talking, Jackson Golladay money. You're talking Shelton.
Right.
And you're exactly right. I mean, if you're making a cut, as you say, dead cap, literally as soon as the question came up was like dead cap's your issue. You've got to be talking like Shepherd, who I think would save us 4.5 because I think he's on 12 and he's something, and his cap's like 7.5. Dead cap's is about 7.5. But that means you've then got to find a wide receiver that can replicate his talent
For that
for
$4
under
million
4.5. And essentially, there's no point in moving him on unless you can save some money. So you bring someone in on 3.5, and then you've made $1 million, $1.5 million. But the talent's still got to be there. Or you go, do you know what? We're just going to trade away as many pieces we can. We're going to bring in players that don't have that talent, and we're going to tank, and we know it's over next year. And I still don't think whatever we do, we're going to be great.
And to the point here, I can't see trading Barkley because of the fact that he's going to be guaranteed $8 million. So he's got a dead cap number of $8 million. So you're going to have to find a running back, and I don't think Booker is going to be the answer. So I mean, it's
I'm not sure the value's there for him as well, coming off the injury.
I think
so I agree. I think you keep Barkley. You maybe trade him just before the deadline if he's come back, shown he's in form, etc., and you're still not going anywhere. You'll say 2-5, 2-6, whatever. And someone's coming in and giving a good trade offer. At that point, you might trade. Your season's done. But I don't think you're going to get the value unless he shows that he's come back fully from the injury. And I think he started to show signs of that. And it was always going to take some time.
I agree. Bob Hill says nobody cares about hockey. Evidently, they care about it in Canada.
And on your new radio show.
Yeah. I just keep thinking what a monumentally bad idea this is.
It's fine. Just play some Fallout 4. You'll be fine.
Oh, shut up. Giants don't have a president of football operations. I think the GM would take care of that role. Giants do have president of football operations. His name is John Mara.
I was going to say, what's his brother's job there as well?
He's
what his official title is, but essentially,
his official title is a brother for nepotism. I believe that's his official title.
It's up there with Adam Sandler.
If he surrounds with good wide receivers, a good running back duo, and a top-rated O-line. I don't know what that question was, but I like the let's say even if Eli had no experience in coaching, maybe he would be a better coach than what's around. I still think Eli would make a good quarterback coach. Look at the season that Daniel Jones had before and at the seasons Daniel Jones had before with Eli Manning and after Eli Manning.
Was there also an element there of no one had film, do you think, or do you think it was all Eli, or a bit of both?
100%. I've said it before. The Tampa game, I said it after the Tampa game, was an aberration because of the fact that no one has any film on. And I said to people, watch, he's going to progressively, he's going to start at the peak and he's going to start leveling down because of the fact that, oh, wait a minute. Chilly weather in effect. Oh my goodness. There's chilly weather in effect.
Wow. You learn stuff on the show, don't you?
I know you do, man. That's just like one of those things you do.
Do you put beans in your chili or?
Of course we put beans in your chili. What the hell's wrong with you?
We have chili.
What the hell is wrong with you? You get banned for just asking a stupid question. You put beans in your chili. Do you put teas in your crumpets?
Do I put what?
I don't know.
Cheese on my crumpets?
100%
not. Why would you do that? That would be crazy.
I don't know.
Come back when you know about British culture. You'll be fine.
He is the president. He's the team the president of the team football operation is the head GM. I didn't know that. I didn't know that, but Mara is where the buck stops.
I mean, that's going to be the key, right? Whoever comes in, Mara has to back off and hand over this team.
I don't know if you will, though.
But that's a multi-million-dollar question. This team doesn't get better unless he does.
Yeah, you're right. Thank you for looking up that, Matthew, because my other co-host, Ronald McDonald, over there, is not Googling fast enough. Matthew, I would like you to come on and be the new co-host because evidently you can Google and Dom can't. My job is to run the big board and drink coffee. Oh, wait, there's someone here. Oh, we get this. Oh, my God. I know it's a bot, but I get excited because I haven't done it in a while. That's what she said, but that's not actually true.
I believe that's Chardonnay from Poppycockers.
You lose. Good day, sir.
They got one good. Sometimes I play sound effects just so I can have coffee.
Excuse me, just 1 second, Tim, because I've got Chardonnay from Poppycockers. She's really upset you deleted her post, kicked her out. Just need to calm her down. Don't worry.
Oh, yeah. It's time once again for the best in adult entertainment. It's Best in London. It's Poppycockers, sponsored and brought to you by Dom, the king of the Poppycockers. You brought that upon yourself, Dom.
I can drink water when you're playing a sound effect. I'm all good.
We need the Wonka hammer. I got the troll bot, guys. What's up, Hakeem? Since we are cash strapped, should we trade down for both first, maybe a player, less cap number? No. You keep 5. You think about trading down 7 into the teens, unless you're going after Malik Willis, then you gotta keep both the 5th and the 7th.
Do you take Willis with 5?
I said this today. That you might have to. And people are going to say it's a reach. But we've talked about the Ernie Accorsi statement when he was over with the Baltimore Colts and he had the opportunity to take John Elway, and the owner made him trade the pick because Elway said he wasn't going to Baltimore. And he always said, especially in 2004, that he got Eli Manning because of the fact that he learned if the guy is your franchise quarterback, you go get him no matter where it is.
Yeah. I mean, Trey Lance at 3.
Yeah.
Just this year. I mean, but the 49ers believe he's their guy, and if he's their guy and he turns out to be, then it's not a reach. But if you're gonna reach for a player, quarterback's a position to reach for it.
Okay. I don't need mods. I need less eating. 2 people are supposed to be mods, and then they ghosted me. I'm not hurt.
Did they ghost you, or did you forget to reply to their email again?
Shut up, Dom.
You know, I've never been told to shut up so many times in a day, and I talk for a living.
I might have deleted the emails. Okay, listen, in Google. Okay, I gotta get a pimp named Slickback. I gotta get to him because I talked about him today. In all fairness to me, in Google, you click this button that says delete all emails. Okay. So
and don't tell me it deletes every email you got.
Yes.
Oh wow. I mean, the clue's not in the name at all. I mean, I can see how you.
And then the problem was there's a bin that says trash. And so I clicked
empty trash. And you wonder what went wrong.
Oh no.
I don't know. This reminds me of my old boss who once was so proud of himself because he worked out how to print it in color. So he got up this document and he was like, so what you do, you take this thing here, it's called a mouse, it's really clever. And what you do, you take it up to this button here, not that one. No, hang on, wait a second. About 20 minutes later, he was like, anyway, you get the idea, you take over. I had to print it out for him in color.
Like, I just love how you blinded half the audience with your infrared mouse.
I forgot it has an infrared thing on the bottom. Hopefully,
I don't walk around the rest of the show like this, Dom.
Hopefully, the guy earlier who was driving the car isn't watching at the same time.
Oh my god! Yeah, I'm not. Oh yeah, that was bad. It was a bad day. It was a bad day at the Online Big Blue House.
Oh dear me.
Hey, here's my friend. A pimp named Slickback says, if we don't take a quarterback this year, please trade down to get future picks. 49ers traded 3 number ones, 3 firsts to move up for Lance. Moving up in the draft is pricey. I agree. But I think that if Willis is the guy, I'm not saying it's the guy on Giants' radar, it's the guy on my radar. But if he's the guy, you go get him. And to Dom's point, like I said, 5th, I would rather have the quarterback at 7 because I'm paying less money. I'd rather have Trey Lance more around 11 or 12 because, again, I'm saving money on that rookie contract. But if he's there and we got to take him, I mean.
If Willis is your guy, you have to take him at 5 and you have to keep damn quiet because I genuinely think Carolina are genuinely going to potentially take him at 6. I really do. But I think that unless you are going for the quarterback, you trade whichever of those 2 picks, ideally the 7, but you trade whichever pick is the one you're getting interest in and the value out of. I mean, you'll get more for the 5 than 7, potentially, depending on how far people are trading up. But, it might be that you've only got interest in one of your picks, and therefore that's the one you trade. Greg's
got a great question. Can we afford our picks? And I've said this before. Right now, no.
Right now, we can't afford the medium soda.
Yeah, right now we couldn't afford to have 53 men on a roster the last game of the season. The answer,
how do you get 51 men on the roster because that's all you can afford? It. Gee, gods.
I mean, right now, if you count the rookie pool with our top 5, with the 2 top 10 picks, and I've been saying this for a while, you count that, it's going to count exponentially against the cap space, and every year that number grows. And that's why I said potentially you may need to trade that 7th at least into the teens to lessen that cap number for your rookie pool. Because we did a video a while ago where I basically pointed out the Giants cut 10 players, I think it was. They would have like $16 million in cap space, but only have 33 men on the roster. So once again, you usually have 53.
I mean, you'd have thought your first round rookie pool must be somewhere in the region of about 10 mil with the 2 picks we've got, I'd have thought.
Well, don't forget, we're also picking high the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th.
Right, exactly. I'm just talking first round only. Yeah.
But I'm talking the entire rookie.
Yeah. No, I mean, you got to do the whole rookie pool.
You got to look at the whole rookie pool.
You've got a couple 100,000 at most, in current salary because 7 guys are taking up 60% of our rookie pool. And if you're saying you've got to find 10 million just for your first round picks, you're going to have to trade one of them down because you're just not going to fit the whole of it in.
And Zach comes out with Merritt is team president. It's the same thing. Same team president, team of football operations. It's the same thing. It's all the same thing. I can tell you that, guys. I can tell you that firsthand. It's all the same thing.
Doesn't matter what his title is. He runs the football team.
He runs the football team, and he's 51%. We'll just call him 51%. Guys, how about
Mr. 51%?
Mr. 51. How about we give Pitt the 5th? Okay, Pittsburgh. Then we draft Pickett, and we keep him in Pitt, and we get 23 and 83 and a second. If I'm keeping 7 and I'm giving them the 5th and I'm getting the 20th, the 83rd, and a first rounder with the way this cupboard is bare, and I still take Willis at 7 and I get out of the top 20. The only problem is I lose my ability to try to find a premier pass rusher because that's what we need. I would have to Dom, I would have to think about this.
Yeah, I'm just reading it now. Sorry, my wife just popped in, which is what I was shaking my head at, not at this. I mean...
You shake your head at your wife?
Oh, she was asking a question, and the answer was no, hence I shook my head. What was going to say? 5th. Ooh. Yeah, do we think... you'd want to be sure on what Pittsburgh are going to do with that pick. I think, like I say, if you're taking the 5th, I think you're probably, apart from keeping quiet, you're... look at me using my US knowledge. I think you're not drafting a premier edge rusher and you're not taking a quarterback, but I think that 2023 first rounder is key. I think that's what I would be after in any trade down is a 2023 first rounder and obviously something. I think you've got to consider that. But I think you are resigning yourself to no Willis at that point, and I wouldn't be taking any of the quarterbacks in this draft.
Yeah, I mean,
so I take that deal.
A lot of times what Dom is saying, you need assurances from the other team that they are not going to pick the player that you are after.
And they don't have to tell you the truth.
They don't have to tell you the truth, but most people will because they don't want to burn a bridge, so you'll never trade with them again.
Exactly. And I'm okay with not taking a quarterback this year and going with a bridge quarterback, and drafting pieces around them and getting that various assets, because I think this team needs an almost complete rebuild. By the time we get good again, hardly anyone on this roster is going to be around. So I'm okay. I'd probably take that deal.
Do you guys want Shane for GM or Sean or Bob? I thought Peters would at least get a second GM.
I thought one of the 49ers guys would get.
I thought so too. I thought you there's still, well, like I said, there still might be other people interviewing. We don't know. We only know that Poles is going to interview tomorrow. I mean, we don't know what the speculation is.
You'd have thought there'd be someone being interviewed. Someone else interviewed. You'd have thought 3. There would be.
I was assuming 3. I was assuming 3 personally, but you never know. It's Mara.
Yeah, well, maybe these are the 2 guys that they thought, they didn't want to waste their time and bring someone back for a third.
When is Poppycocker showing up in Birmingham, England? Bring the show to the hood. Is Birmingham?
It's in the Midlands. It's actually one of the biggest cities in the UK. Spaghetti Junction and all that. But yeah, no, look, we've got expansion plans. This is part of the why we're promoting ourselves on the show tonight. Help us, reach out the brand a bit.
Someone will want a 5 to get ahead of Carolina for a quarterback. We could haul the first pick if someone falls in love with a quarterback at the combine.
I think this is easier pick to trade.
I think the 5th pick is easier to trade. I think we're gonna get the most value for the 5th pick. And I know it's only 2 spots, but it depends on how bad somebody wants something.
I think at that point, I think all of the top 3 edge rushers are probably off the board at that point.
That's what I'm thinking too. I don't like Tony is on the feeling. I honestly don't think Tony's gonna be on the team very long. I really don't.
I suspect he's a bust. I mean, this year is make or break for him now, right?
I know some people are pissed off because he was at the Rams game wearing Rams gear.
So what?
Yeah, he was at the Rams game. He had on Rams stuff.
I don't care, to be honest. He can do that.
You know what's funny? I actually do care. You need to go represent. I don't care where you are. You got to wear. I wear my black rifle everywhere. You got to represent, and they don't even sponsor me. This team pays you.
Yeah, he's not going to be around though, is he?
That's like I want to cut Daniel Jones, Logan Ryan, and David Sills because they went to Joe Judge's pizza party. I want them gone. Your coach just got fired. He is the reason why you guys are a 4-win team, and you go, let's have pizza at Joe Judge's house. Maybe we could play some Twister.
Nothing to do with their performance then?
No, nothing at all. Well, yeah, a little bit, but
the reason I don't care about that is, right, he can wear, if he wants to wear that and be a douche, then he can be a douche, but then don't come crying when you get shot on over it, right?
Tim, if you're looking for some help with hockey, you should hit up the hockey guy on YouTube. Very good, unbiased hockey knowledge. Cool. Yes.
And you can do that while playing Fortnite 4, Halo 4, whatever it was you were playing.
Fallout 4.
Close enough.
Fallout 4. Shut up. I was in Coca-Cola Land. It was one of the DLCs or DTIs or whatever the hell they're called. Listen, I actually have some hockey help coming. Someone's supposed to be sending me some links, some videos, because I don't understand blue lines and icing. And evidently, icing has nothing to do with Italian ice. Just throwing that out there. Just for the people that don't have hockey knowledge like I do.
Did you get the radio job by doing what the old punter from Ben McAfee did when he said, "Yeah, sure, I can punt, I can hold the ball."
Yes.
When he had absolutely no idea how to do it. So that's how you got it. It was like, yeah, sure, I know.
The third interview was, "Do you know hockey?" My answer was yes. Sure do. Thinking to myself, I played NHL 93 on the Sega Genesis. I know a lot about hockey.
No, but the question was, do you know hockey? Yeah, you know what it is. They didn't ask, do you know anything about hockey? There's a difference between the questions.
I jokingly said in the interview, it's the game with the puck. I don't think I was joking.
How did you get this job if that was your interview answer?
Because they thought I was being funny. They thought I was being humorous.
I mean, that makes one person in the world. So, you numbers are right. Well, 2, you've got to include yourself.
O-line doesn't really matter much, considering the Chiefs O-line is mostly non-first rounders who need the talent around the O-line too.
I would disagree. I don't necessarily think that the O-line needs to be entire first-round talent. I mean, Linderbaum, right? Everyone's raving about him, and look, he looks a great prospect, but I don't take a center in the first round because I don't think you need to.
I can't take a center in the first round. I can't.
But yeah, exactly. I don't think you need to. But I do think a good O-line makes a big difference. I think if you look at most of the teams you're talking about, contenders or even just the teams that made the playoffs, most of them have a damn good O-line. Not all of them, but most of them.
New GM is going to be very busy with the beginning of the job. The Giants will be more active team in the offseason. Pretty easy to see. Yeah, I mean, I hope they will be. I hope they are. Pete's Parr's at third grade. Yeah,
they're going to be active. I just don't think that they're going to be signings you're going to get excited about.
I'm going to post this. There we go. We take advantage of this every time and try to do this. Actually, it's worked out. I posted the link to the stream. If anyone wants to jump on as a guest for the last, because we're going to go for about another 25 minutes because I got a meatloaf I got to take care of. I live in Germany and wear my giant. And where is his Yankee hat? I agree, man. You go with what you go. You do your thing. See you later, Zach Attack. You got to go eat. Maybe back. We may not be here. Just throwing that out there. You don't do that. All right. My biggest issue with Tony is his injury history. The guy cannot stay in the field. We're going to have to take a wide receiver in the middle rounds. Do you think about taking a wide receiver in the middle rounds this draft?
No, I don't think so. I don't think we're going to be great this year. I mean, no, I'm not. No, I'm looking at other positions. But if the wide receiver is the best player available that round, then maybe. But no, I don't necessarily think so.
We are adding someone to the stream. It's someone who's been on before. He's someone who's come in and actually done extremely well. Is going to be replacing Dom, hopefully soon. It's Maris Carpenter.
What's up, guys?
What's going on?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Just enjoying life, just checking Twitter every minute to see what happens at the Giants. So
anything
looks like Joe Schoen just completed his second interview.
So is it Schoen or Shane?
I really don't even know. Like, I just hope the guy's good. Apparently he was there for 6 hours though.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they said it was a 6 hour. I think it was Art Stapleton. Someone said he was there for like 5 or 6 hours.
Did he rock it? Did he rock that?
I guess he
rocked the Casbah.
I heard something where they said that during the webcam interview that he jumped on a table, like, you know how Bills fans do that. I don't know how true that was, but
I don't know.
Sounds like something that happens at Poppycockers.
That's something that happens. Well, no, they're always on the table at Poppycockers.
Yeah,
that's kind of the rule when you go to Poppycockers.
Well, Poppycockers,
because at Poppycockers, it's everything that you need. You want to be on the table. You want to jump on the table. You want to see the girls on the table. Where do you go? You go to Poppycockers. The best in London entertainment.
We're a big fan of Ryan Poles, ironically.
I know. I was going to actually ask that. I was actually going to ask that. So, Mr. Carpenter. We're going to call you Mr. Carpenter.
All right.
Because I don't like Maris. I can't say that name. I will not say that name. You seem to be, because you've been on the show before, you seem to be a fairly intelligent fan. Besides, I sometimes do question your intelligence because you've come on twice now. I question Dom's all the time because he keeps showing back up. Who do you want as a GM? Who does the Carpenter want to have come in and lead this organization in 2022 and beyond?
I honestly have no idea, man. Like I've looked. I will say too that really
you're taking lessons from Dom.
I think I like the major four that people have mentioned. The Ortiz guy from the Ravens, the Poles. I like him from the Chiefs. I like whatever the guy's that Schoen or Sloan,
whatever his name is.
Whatever his name
that
is.
Guy. We call him Bob.
And then who's the other? Oh yeah, Peters too. I liked him too, but I wasn't really too high on Monty Austinford from the Titans because if you really look at how their last 2 drafts have gone, it's kind of been disappointing. And it really seems like Mike Vrabel's doing a lot more for with the talent that's on the roster. Like, I feel like it's okay how they drafted, but I wasn't really blown away by what they've done. Same thing with Arizona too. I feel like Kyler Murray's kind of elevating that talent more than because the roster construction to me, it looks solid, but I don't know. I wasn't as impressed. I feel like the Chiefs, the Ravens, the Bills, I think they have a better foundation with how they constructed their teams, and I think I like it. But at the end of the day, it's a crapshoot. Like when it comes to coaches, I feel like finding a great head coach is harder than finding a great quarterback nowadays.
Oh, I agree.
There's only a handful of great head coaches in this league, and from year to year it changes too. Because last year everyone was like, oh, Cliff Kingsbury is the next great head coach. But if you look at last night, what was he doing? Like, I don't understand why he
Losing.
didn't have, losing. I don't understand why he didn't have Kyler Murray rolling out of the pocket more or doing more draw plays with Kyler Murray. The Rams defense had him contained the entire game.
El Gigante was in the queue and he just dropped out. So if I did something to drop you out, El Gigante, I'm sorry because I don't know how to work this shit half the time. The biggest question I have for Mr. Carpenter is I have a big question. When you're sistering the joints in a floor, how difficult is that?
In the Giants floor or not? I mean,
in my floors, I got a creak in one of my floors. I got a creak in the third floor.
Well, I work for the Maras now, so my license is expired back in 2011, but they've been neglecting it like the franchise. So
I don't have
the question is, have we reached the floor yet with the Giants? Are we moving towards the ceiling? Or?
is the floor the ceiling here? I mean,
I hope so. Like I think we might be reaching like depths of hell soon.
I've got two questions. One serious, one not. My first question is how did you manage to criticize the Cardinals twice and not get banned? Because Tim normally bans you for that because they're his new favorite team.
Okay, Dom is no longer on the show. So now we just have me and Maris Carpenter. We're going to be dropping an El Gigante in a minute. He got wonked. Poor Dom, you got wonked.
Oh, damn it. I've even moved places to the screen. But my genuine question is, who do you want at head coach? Because I agree with you on GM. It's you can't see, right? So, but head coach got more of a say.
It's a crapshoot. I mean, like I do get the head coaches. I think is a little more clear because I do like Harbaugh. I do like Flores. I'm okay with Dable, but my thing too, even with the coordinators, you really don't know. And I know a lot of people are saying Brian Flores, he had the issues in Florida. I mean, in Miami. But look, if I'm a head coach and you were telling me that I have to stick with Tua and then even too, there were reports that he wanted Justin Herbert because he didn't trust Tua's durability. And now they're coming up later on. So, I mean, my thing too that I really actually appreciate about Brian Flores, like he seems to understand that there's levels to certain quarterbacks. Because coming from New England, he probably saw Tom Brady's way better than Jimmy G who's sitting on the bench or whoever they have now, Mac Jones. Like you can see different levels in talent. So he said, we have to upgrade. We have to improve. And I actually appreciate that as a head coach. Like Brian Flores would not have allowed Daniel Jones to go and roll out again this year. He would have said, no, we need to get a new quarterback.
Saeed is saying, who is this guy? Saeed, this is John Mara's illegitimate son. That's why he's referred to as Maris Carpenter, because he couldn't take the Mara last name. There's a whole thing going on with that. There's a whole thing going on situation.
But the good news is he's coming into he's got a job with the Giants next year, so he's all fine.
I joined with the one thing too. I learned this offseason. Now I guess like now it seems like Tish is being a little more of the bad cop guy because
he needs to put his
he
foot
already
down.
has been.
Yeah. Because it like from what they reported, it seems like Mara was kind of like saying, "Oh, we need to bring back Joe Judge," and Tish was like, "Hell no, we're done." Like, I guess maybe because Tish, like for the last however many years he's been like in charge, like whenever his father passed it on to him, he probably just said, "Okay, let the Maras run." But now I think it's starting to come up now where he goes to like country club meetings and people are like, "Hey man, your team is trash." Like the Giants have been kind of an embarrassment for a while, and he's probably saying we need to get this figured out.
People are asking, "What's your YouTube channel?"
I don't have a YouTube channel.
he doesn't have a YouTube account.
I have 0 subs.
He has 0 subs. Well, you got 2 here, and we got J-Ham in the building. Also, he says Tim and the G-Man family finally caught alive. You're welcome, J-Ham. I'm gonna come on and drop on in. Yeah, they want to know what you. I said this before. You should do a YouTube channel.
I'm thinking about it because but I'm still in school right now, but probably in like another year or so.
Well, you could still do a YouTube channel, be in school. I mean, that's
too much right now. Like I'm working in school, but I know I'll think about it because I know I've talked to someone about it, and maybe we'll.
Okay, you're kind of dominant and being kind of whiny. Because of the fact that you got school, you got all these important things going on. Oh, what us YouTubers? We don't have anything else going on. I got a meatloaf in the oven. You don't see me not being on YouTube. I got to hang out with Dom.
He's got to learn hockey.
I got to learn hockey. You know anything about hockey?
No, I do not. I mean, I've been to like a few games. I live near the DC area, and I like going to Capitals games.
Oh, the Capitals games. I like DC.
Yeah.
I'm a
They're-
Georgetown
they're-
guy.
Yeah,
I
Georgetown's
didn't
really
know
nice.
Washington could do team names. I thought it's, they've all. I thought they had to work it out and not have real brand names anymore. Thought that was just a thing in the whole city.
I didn't
No,
know.
no, that's just the football team.
No, I know.
Are you insulting
Jim
him?
once managed to convince me that wild dogs were running rampant and killing people in Washington.
You believed it.
I did for a minute. I was like,
Actually,
You
an
believed
interesting-
it.
I did
You
for,
wanted us
for
to-
like a good
Let me tell you
30
guys
seconds.
something
I
really
believed it.
interesting though. The Washington, their football team, like when I first moved, because I used to live in New York and I moved down here probably about 10, 12 years ago. About 10 to 12 years ago, Washington fans were like extremely passionate about their team. Like the area around FedEx Field, you couldn't even go there on Sundays because it would be packed crowds. You couldn't even get like tickets to go to the games for like you'd have to buy it like weeks in advance just to get to the game. Now it's like a distraught fan base. Like Washington's become like a hockey town, hockey and basketball town. It used to be only about football here, and it's changed. And I think that's kind of like a warning sign to John Mara because look, it doesn't take that long to ruin your reputation.
Do
It's
you
just-
think do you think that would change if they got a quarterback in?
Hold on a second. I gotta bring in Kyle real quick. Kyle, what are you cooking? What are you cooking, my friend? What is going on there? What's on the burner?
We cooking chicken cutlets.
I saw that. I was like, damn, what is he cooking, man?
I knew that was gonna get me on.
Scan back down again. I want to see the
that was gonna
food.
Get me on.
Oh, there you go, man. He's got a little bit in the fryer going on. Oh, there we go. Got the corn. There we go. Oh, there we go. You got it ready too. I love it, man.
That's all that food's for the new old lineman we about to get.
We're gonna need it for the new old lineman, Mr. Carpenter. I'm gonna drop you out here for a second because we're gonna talk
yeah,
about
that's
El
fine.
Gigante also.
I'm actually gonna head out, so you guys can continue. I have to
Hey,
go and.
look, nice to speak to you again, man.
But nice talking to you guys again.
Nice to speak to you again, my
Thank you.
friend.
All right, take care.
So what's up, Kyle?
Just. Oh man,
He's
Just
burning
ready
himself.
No, just ready to get this old line fixed. I just feel like if you have an old line, I mean, damn, look at the Colts. I mean, if you have an old line, you can do what you could put me back there and we can win a game. I mean, you don't have to have a great running back and you don't have to have a great quarterback. If you have a great old line and you can get two good offensive linemen to maybe just fix the old line with 2 picks. But we're so bad. We're so bad. We got to trade. I want to trade both of the picks. I want to trade both of them and just get all you can get because not all the talent is up top. Hell, the Patriots haven't picked in the top 15 in 20 years.
Yeah.
Not all the talent is up top. Football is, I believe, the main sport where your head coach is so pivotal. Like if you have a head coach, it's just all going to work. I mean, look at the 49ers. Like, the only way they did that is because of their head coach. Kyle Shanahan is the man.
Well,
okay?
Bosa doesn't hurt.
No.
He didn't even play, though. He was out. He went out, and Fred Warner. I mean, they lose their 2 top defensive players, and they didn't even skip a beat. Skip a beat. You know why? Because they have a head coach who, as soon as they went down, he already knew his other players were ready for it. He already knew they were ready.
Yeah.
They weren't worried about that.
You're spot on. Your GM doesn't earn his money in his first round picks. He earns it with
the
his
first round,
moves
that's easy.
and his second, third, fourth round picks. That's where you can build the
Yeah.
roster. You get them right.
Hell, I could pick a good top 10 pick. I mean, I could pick it. I mean, you can't really go wrong except fucking Dave Gettleman and Jerry Reed. You can't really go wrong. Like,
I mean, you can go wrong.
You can go wrong. Look at Daniel Jones.
Yeah, you can go, and there's others, right, where it's not worked out. But
That's
you're gonna
That
hit
was so
more times
dumb.
you're gonna miss with your first rounder.
Hell, you could have probably got Daniel Jones in the 3rd round, no?
I
No,
think later in the
But
first.
I'm not mad at him for that because if you like a guy, you go and get him. You don't care where he is or what it is.
I said
Shit,
it
they know
earlier,
more about him than
understood
I
the
did, but now we all know about him.
I understood
you know,
the Jones pick.
I want to stay with him though for next year. Let me get that going. All this Deshaun Watson. If we trade any picks, we're retarded. I mean, like we're not in that position. You see the Rams. The Rams can give 5 first-round picks. They'll be straight. They're good. They can do that. They can go get these players and go do that. Not us. We can't do that.
We haven't got the cap to go and being these big guys. Like you
The
said,
cap. Oh my God.
Tim said it
But see,
earlier, right?
I'm not
Go on,
really
Tim.
mad about the cap because they were just going all in. They were trying it, I guess, because they knew they were going to get fired, and they said, "Fuck it, let's just go all in and just try it out." And it didn't work.
Yeah.
But
Hasn't worked for years.
yeah, but we'll be straight after this year with the cap, and we were going to suck anyway. I mean, you don't even need the money because you don't have nobody to pay. I mean, who are you going to pay?
Mrs. Online Big Blue says, "I will take some of that chicken he's cooking."
It looks good.
Who are you gonna pay with all the? Even if we had all this cap room, who are you gonna pay? Because the free agency doesn't work. It only works once you have solid pieces already. You can't.
Yeah, we don't.
You can't bring in
have,
solid pieces out of free agency. That never works. And once they get paid too, the players, once they get paid, you got to do it through the draft. I want to trade the 5th pick down. I want to trade the 7th pick down, and just accumulate as many picks as possible. Because that Bears trade was so smart. Now, it was so smart, and that might just save the franchise. So.
Is the Bears trade smart after what Parsons did or has been doing in Dallas?
He's a great player. He's a great player. But if he was doing that shit in Denver or Jacksonville, it wouldn't be like that. Because you know how they do at Dallas. They blow him up. I mean, hell, no, it's just Dallas. He's good though. He's good. He's good.
No,
he's good. I'm not gonna take nothing from the man. He's good. But if he would have did that in Jacksonville, no. He wouldn't have been looked at like that. That's just me personally. But he is great though. But yes, we should have took him. It would have solved problems. But I mean, I don't know why we didn't take him really. But hey, that's That's,
hey, listen, I say the same thing.
I don't want to do that in this draft, and I don't want to reach for nobody, and I definitely don't want a quarterback right now. We cannot do nothing with him. We can't do nothing with him. There's no reason to get a car if I don't have a driver's license. Okay.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah,
no reason.
I'm with you on that. My preference is that you don't necessarily take one. You put a few more pieces around it to bring in a better situation. I think on Parsons, I think it'd have been a success wherever he went. I think the issue with the trade wasn't the trade and what we accumulated, what we did with the pick that we ended up with.
I mean, Kadarius Toney, it's what I think he'll end up working out. He's just another good depth player. That might. How do we know? Maybe in 3 years he's making a game-winning touchdown off a jet sweep or something. We don't know. We don't know. But all I know is we're so fucked right now that if we bring in Malik Willis, right? Say if we bring him in, we're just gonna ruin him. We're just gonna ruin him. We don't have no line for him. We don't have any receivers for him. I mean, the tight end position is gonna be to zero. I mean, I don't know what we're doing with that. That's Evan Ingram. This guy. I don't.
It's just another day in paradise. Well, Kyle, I'm gonna have to let you drop off because I got a bunch of people waiting in the queue, and we're only gonna be on for another couple minutes. But I appreciate you coming. I appreciate your comments. I appreciate your cooking.
It looks good.
I'm ready. I'm ready for that. So let's jump into the next caller here. We got a number someone coming in the screen. Hello, my friend. Are you there?
Hello.
How's it going? You've been patiently waiting.
What's going on, Tim? What's going on, the Duke? Not
much, man. We're just hanging out with the Duke of Funk, doing our thing, like every Tuesday. What is your pearls of wisdom today, sir?
Carpenter had a date with Mara at the Poppycockers. That's what I think.
I know. I saw that.
I think he's taking it.
I missed that one.
No, it was in the private chat. See, Tom, the private comments is where we make fun of you on the air.
No, I can see it.
No, you can't. You can't see my private comments.
I can see it.
You can see my private comments?
Yeah. There's one from El Gigante, and then your response. Your next hang in there is what you responded with.
Oh, that's right, because you're part of the clip. So now I have to see him through Twitter, though. So you've been holding on the longest here, sir. What's our pearls of wisdom? What's our giant? What's our Gigante need? Or what are the Giants going to do with this general manager stuff? I mean, what is your opinion on this situation?
To me, if Ortiz has some type of voodoo on Harbaugh, he needs to get Harbaugh in here because I don't see any other candidate that's even qualified with what Harbaugh has done in the NFL and or college. I don't need Flores. I know people are gung ho about Flores, what he did in Miami, but he also went 1-7. You know, I'm not really too sold on him.
He also finished 9-8.
Yeah, but he started 1-7.
Yeah,
so.
but I look how he finished, because the Giants, you know, they started 1-7 and finished 6-10.
Yeah, I mean,
They finished 1-7 and go 9-8. So his team didn't quit. I mean, his team never quit, which is shocking for a 1-7 team. They never quit.
I get that, but I think you still got to go and
one.
get Harbaugh as the number one option for me.
Oh, Harbaugh to me is number one option. He's number one option. He's number two option. He's number three option.
That's to me that's it. You got to go ask and inquire about him. But as far as like I guess I'll take Flores. I won't be mad at the hire. Bieniemy is a strong candidate for sure. He's been on the waiting for all this time. He keeps getting passed over. I don't know why. Especially, why would you hire Joe Judge if you have Bieniemy? But that's
because they actually didn't hire him because he was in the Super Bowl. So the Giants didn't want to wait till after the Super Bowl to have their head coach in place. That's why Bieniemy didn't get a second interview with the Giants back in 20. What was it? 20? No, 19. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but still, I mean, what did Joe Judge? I guess hindsight is 2020, but how do you know you had your right guy if you didn't? To me, you got to wait out. If you know who the guy that you want to hire, you still got to wait out, right? It's just the same thing we did with the Duck. If we wanted the Duck, why do we have to go after Jones? Why couldn't we wait another year?
Well, the Duck, that asshole, he went back to school. I mean,
right.
So but the plus there's, waiting, and I understand your point, but waiting another year doesn't mean you're even going to have the opportunity to draft him. That's.
Yeah,
I like I said, I hated the Jones pick, and I said I hated the Jones pick since day one because we could have Josh Allen. But I understood the Jones pick because if you think that guy is your quarterback, you go and get him. But it doesn't. Like I said, I would have loved to have the Duck. Like I said, I did so many videos suck for the Duck that I was, and people are like, well, he's not going to be that great. I think Dom even said that.
And to me, this whole point of building up the offensive line, my understanding is that this draft has just up and down the whole draft board offensive linemen that you can get in the second, the third, the fourth. There is a plethora of offensive linemen. We do not need to go crazy about offensive linemen with the first two picks. And all the people that are sold on Linderbaum being number 7, he just got manhandled during the game against that championship game that he played. So I'm not really sold on Linderbaum like they're calling out to be. So to me, if you really think that Willis is the guy, you go after Willis. Do you have to sit him down for a year? Maybe. I see Willis as the Trey Lance of last year, to be quite honest. People are gonna go nuts about him. If they're gonna say they're gonna reach for him, so be it. But if you think that's the guy, and especially if we bring in Schoen or Poles, who are known to have these type of quarterbacks, I would think they would, go after such a quarterback because I don't think they're going to be planning on Jones to be in their quarterback of the future for sure.
And he used my favorite word, Dom.
Would you say I see a plethora of piñatas?
Use my favorite word, the plethora. I always love that word.
Yeah, I hope they don't get hoodwinked or bamboozled again, because that's what happened with it was Belichick that told Mara, you hired 2 crazy coaches. This is the best one of the bunch of the 3 that you've hired. Yeah, and look how that turned out.
See, I think Belichick is still pissed that he got passed over when Ray Hanley got the job when what's called in 1990 when Parcells retired. I still think he's ticked off about that. So maybe he did.
I think so, to be honest, because how do you give us the worst of the whole tree? Like the whole rotten apple was Joe Judge.
Yeah,
I'm not sold on McDaniels either, by the way.
No, I can't. What he did.
I can't deal with McDaniels.
You can't say what he did in Denver is an aberration because he wasn't there long enough. But I don't want to take that. I don't want to take the Daniels.
No, and then what he did to the Colts, he just burned them.
Yeah,
left them at the altar. Like, bye.
Yeah, like I said, I can't.
If I'm honest, I'm not even sold on him as an OC. In all seriousness, I'm really not. I know people rave about him. I'm just not his biggest fan, even as an OC.
Okay.
To me,
I'm just not.
I saw your video about Caldwell. I still think you got to consider Caldwell.
I just don't. I mean, and I know he's
I know
not
he said to get you
old,
excited,
but I mean, you have an opportunity now to bring in start anew and bring it in fresh. And I think Jim Caldwell, and like I said, I have nothing against Jim Caldwell. He went to that Super Bowl that first year in Indianapolis, but and he actually had winning seasons in Detroit, but he kind of fell off the planet a little bit. And then he was just a quarterback's coach. I forget for what team in 2018. So, I mean, I don't see it being like a Dick Vermeil, who was out of the league for X amount of years and came back and guided the Rams to the Super Bowl and, the win. I just don't think he is the right fit for this type of team. And like I said, I think he's a good coach. Like I said, his track record is proven, but like I said, it just doesn't give you any fire. It just doesn't give you any excitement. You're like, oh, Jim Caldwell. It's kind of like, yeah, he was good with the Rams. I mean, he was good with Detroit, and he had one great season in Indianapolis.
To me, I just don't want to get another OC that's just been overhyped, and then these guys are just learning on the job and don't know what to do, and then you're stuck with another 4-12, 5, and whatever.
We're probably gonna be stuck with that either way. There's a lot of talent.
Not if you bring in Harbaugh.
Well, I agree with that.
I see. Harbaugh comes in here, we're going 8-9 wins first year.
Really?
That's what he's done.
I'm not getting that high.
That's what he's done everywhere he's gone.
He's not wrong though. I mean, he's done that pretty much. Even I think he had 7. Did he have 6 or 7 wins that first year with the 49ers? Tom?
I think he had 7 or 8, if I'm not mistaken.
I'll just check his record now, but I mean,
I think Harbaugh's worst season was like 7-9.
This roster that we could potentially have next year could be, depending on what we do in the draft, and even then,
Harbaugh actually coaches. Joe Judge.
Harbaugh
does coach up guys,
but we're going to have such a turnover. I think he would be hard done by, and I'm not saying he would be a failure here at all. But I'm not sure I can get to 8 or 9. I'm just looking up his coaching record now in the 49ers.
It's something insane. He's got like 71 wins or something like that total.
Yeah,
this guy's like proven. Like, this is not a joke. This is
no. I don't disagree.
Judge.
I'm not singling out Jim Harbaugh's coaching talent. I agree. I think you look at it and you'd have to say it's just amazing.
I'm telling you, Ortiz.
But this team is going to be
his brother needs to get Harbaugh in here and just kidnap him, do whatever you need to do, let him sign the contract, and boom, he's our head coach.
Harbaugh was 7-10 the first year and 6-11 his second. 11-6. Sorry.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean,
that's from Matthew, Dom.
All right, I just found it. All right.
You know what? You're supposed to be the Google guy.
I'm
the good looks and personality. You're like the hobbit in the tree.
The hamster's getting tired. But I mean, my issue isn't whoever.
I don't want to know what you're doing that your hands are getting tired. I'm sorry.
But whoever comes in here, this roster could be really, really rubbish next year because we're going to have to fill in with back end guys. And I think you can be the messiah of coaching. And you're going to struggle to get to that level in. But I've no doubt that if Harbaugh came in here, he would be an excellent coach for us. But to go that way, to turn this roster around to that effect would be nothing short of miraculous. You're talking coach of the year territory if he came in and did that.
I give it to him.
Yeah, I give.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you. I just cannot get to 8-9 wins for any coach next year with what I think this team will look like.
Oh, that was Matthew's prediction for Harbaugh. That wasn't the actual record.
Oh, for God's sake! I just found the record as well.
Well, you're
forever.
It took you forever to go to Wikipedia and go to Google, and then pull up his record.
Read and listen at the same time.
I've already found his record.
He's 44-19 in his coaching career with the 49ers.
Well, there you go.
44-19-1.
And he's 119-51 for Michigan.
You tell me that.
So 44-19-1, Dom, and he's 5-3 in the playoffs.
Yeah,
which is not to be sniffed at.
You need to go get that guy. You seriously need to go get that guy now.
Do you think he'd come though? I mean, I'm not convinced he comes.
There's reports that supposedly the Giants opening interests him, according to a news report out I think yesterday.
You got to hope, right? I mean, he's the type of coach you'd be wanting.
I think he's holding out. I think he's definitely. I think, to be honest with you, all of these head coaches are holding out for the Giants. So the people that say that the Giants is not a destination, why hasn't any coach signed anywhere? You haven't heard anyone get hired yet.
Well, I think a lot of people are also waiting for the guys in the playoffs.
Right, but I still think, why is Brian Flores not signing a contract with Houston? There's nothing.
Because I think they want to interview like the Texans. I think they want to interview as many people as possible, and I don't think after what happened the last two coaches that Brian Flores would be an awesome fit for the Texans.
I suspect he has his heights.
All his ties to him and Watson, and then the GM just came out that Watson will never play again.
No, he'll never play. He'll never play in Houston again.
No, I don't see him in. I think he's got better offers on the table than the Texans, and as you say, he can go there, but Watson won't be there, so it kind of makes it pointless.
I think can't go after Watson because his legal issues just have not been absolved, and I'm pretty sure he's going to get suspended the first 4 to 6 games of the year. So I'm not going to give all that draft capital and then have him suspended for at least a quarter of the season or whatever.
No, I agree. I agree 100% with that. I just don't. I would love everyone knows I would love Harbaugh. I mean, I did how many videos did I do about Harbaugh? I mean, he would be my guy, but like I said, I think that just. I don't know. I think in some ways he's using the NFL as leverage for more money from Michigan. And I don't think he wants to. I mean, Michigan was his dream job. He hasn't finished business. I've said it before. If he would have won a national championship, I think Harbaugh would have left. But I don't think he's finished, or I don't think he thinks he is finished with what he needs to do with Michigan.
Yeah, I think what I also think. I don't think that would be Mara's pick either. I just don't see Harbaugh and Mara on the same page or even talking the same language.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Because Mara is just, I think he's got his ideology. Harbaugh has his own. I don't think that's a marriage that's gonna last, or I just don't see it.
And I also think he wants to, if he's not using his leverage, and I think Tim's right, I suspect he wants Las Vegas or Chicago. I suspect that Flores will want to go to Chicago as well, because I think he will feel Watson-like qualities in Fields. I suspect that's where Brian Flores wants to go.
Now, the biggest question is, like Kyle, what are you making for dinner?
Arroz con pollo.
Oh, don't tell the wife that. don't tell the wife that.
You know how we do it. You got the adobo.
You got to.
Con pollo.
Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah. I mean, yeah. I think we had that. We actually had that last week. So, I'm actually the Spanish cook. I will be making a beni later, probably for I don't know. I think it's going to be cold to do that tomorrow. We had some good stuff. Actually, we had Dominican food the other day, which was actually
my wife's Dominican, so we.
There you go. Oh, there you go. We have a restaurant not too far from us that we actually tried for the first time, but not like anyone cares besides me. All right, my friend, we're gonna have to let you drop off for a second because we got someone else already waiting in the chat. Didn't think we were gonna have so many people. I appreciate you coming on. I appreciate you always hanging out in the stream, leaving in the comments. And what I really appreciate is the fact that you deal with Dom.
That's the Dahmer.
That's the Dahmer, man. That's the poppycockers.
The poppycock. Hey, we gotta get we can't let the Duke of Funk do all his poppies. We gotta get Mara in here.
We just got to do it for him. We got to do it for our friend. But again, like I said, my brother, I appreciate you coming on. And like I said, I thank you for supporting the channel as always, because I always see you in the comments. I always see you in the stream. And like I said, we couldn't do this without, intelligent fans such as yourself, because, we got to balance it out from the lack of intelligence from Dom.
Ooh, low blow.
It was a low blow. It's all good.
All right, guys, have a good one.
Okay, we got another one coming in here. One of our youngest subscribers, so everyone be nice. This is Mr. ECK Sports. We haven't talked to ECK Sports in a while now. He was on the show, one of our very first streams. Mr. ECK Sports, how are we doing, my friend?
I'm doing great. How are you guys doing?
We're doing good. You know what? Just living the dream, having fun, as always. If you don't know his channel, if you don't know ECK's channel, you got to go over there and check it out and subscribe to it. He does a lot of different content, so a lot of fun stuff, a lot of wiffle ball stuff.
Oh yeah.
So, what are we here to talk about with the Giants today, my friend?
Well, I think it's mainly the coaching and the GM position and possibly even the draft because, I mean, we're kind of in a whole whirlwind of finding a coach and a GM, and we got the 5th pick and the 7th pick and even finding a quarterback. So we're in like a really weird position right now. So I think the main thing is obviously finding the GM first, and I'm a big fan of Joe Shane or however it's pronounced.
We're calling
Again,
him
like you said, I don't know how it's pronounced like that with the spelling. And I really like Eric Bieniemy. He's my head coach. He's the head coach I want the most.
Now, if let's just say that the Bieniemy is not available, because I am a big Bieniemy fan.
Right.
I think he'll fit in well if we do draft someone like Malik Willis or even like Desmond Riddler. If he's not available, though, let's just say the Bieniemy says, "I'm not coming. I'm not going there. I'm going someplace else." Who else would you want?
So I think, I agree with you. I think that Harbaugh is using the NFL as leverage to get more money for Michigan. So I really don't think he's coming. The one that I would really think about, especially if Deshaun Watson's going to come with him, is Brian Flores. And if not him, I really like Brian Dable or what's the Kellen Moore. Those are the two other guys I really like.
I like Kellen Moore. He looks like he's 12.
Yeah.
But that's okay. And with someone that's in their 50s can say someone looks like they're 12. Dom looks like he's like 9.
Careful now.
9. I've
One
never
of my-
seen a 9-year-old with a beard.
One of the 7-year-olds I coached the other day said, "Are you tall enough to be our coach? I'm nearly taller than you." Yeah, and you're going on the bench on Saturday. Congratulations.
Yeah, and you're not playing. We already have comments saying that ECK should be the
Oh
GM.
yeah, 100%. Though I still would have signed Kenny Galladay last offseason, so I don't know how you guys feel about that.
I didn't want Kenny when we signed him. I mean, I think everyone knows that I thought it was a waste of money. I talked to people in Detroit, and I was more upset when people in Detroit were like, "So you signed him? So what? We didn't want him."
Exactly. Yeah, that made me kind of question it. I also would have done something that you wouldn't have liked him, which was draft Rashawn Slater.
Rashawn Slater. That's gonna haunt me. That's gonna haunt me till that guy starts giving up 15,000 different holding penalties. I still, and I think Dom said it, and Dom quote me or stop me if I'm wrong. I believe you said the same thing that I said. Would Slater have the same success with this team and this quarterback? And it's a lot easier to disguise the deficiencies in your play when when Justin Herbert's behind you.
Right, of course. Justin Herbert.
We'll find out in 2 years' time.
That's what I'm saying. And I always tell people when I say something, and I think everyone knows this, wait. I may look like a moron for the first 11 months, but then it's something secular always happens where it comes back around.
ECK, I got a question for you on Golladay. Just go back to him. So I was also good with it. My issue was how much we gave him rather than the signing. Was that your issue, or would you have paid him the money? We're talking before you knew how he played this year, obviously.
Kenny?
Kenny.
I'm just gonna say this. I am probably the biggest Kenny fan on planet Earth. I was such a big fan of him. Just the way he played. I thought he was really talented. And just if I knew that this would happen, you know what?
Of course, we're not paying him, but
yeah.
But I mean, this is before he's played this season. I wouldn't have given him that money because we were the only winners in the market. But I would have signed Kenny Golladay, just not on that contract.
Yeah, I think we gave him a little bit too much. I would have given him. I know Tim said he'd only give him 11. I'd give him like 14 or 15, to be honest.
Corey Davis set the market at 36 million. And then we basically doubled the market.
True, but I mean, he wasn't that much better. Like at the beginning of the year, it was looking like that, but
yeah, but he's $36 million less.
True. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I would have been around the 13 million mark probably for him. That would be 39 million over 3, so not that much more. I think Kenny G will be better next year. I have no doubt about that. I'm fine with the signing. It's the money, but I was like you. I was excited by the Kenny G signing, not the money. But then I thought about Williams as well. My issue was the money.
I think Kenny G with a much better quarterback and coordinators and a head coach that has a mind, I think he'd actually work because, I mean, I don't want to get into it about Joe Judge and Jason Garrett and Freddie Kitchens. They know, they're all horrible.
I disagree on Garrett slightly, but
Yeah, I think Garrett's a little overhated. I think he's better than people give him credit for.
I think he's overhated because he's got the Cowboy connection. And like I said, it's interesting that, and I've said this a million times before, the offensive philosophy, even to your coordinator, is dictated by your head coach. And I believe it was an edict from Joe Judge that they ran this conservative offense, because there was times that, Jason Garrett had plays that you were just like, wow, that was a well-called, well-designed play. But then when we seemed to get a lead, which doesn't happen very often this year, but last year.
What is this lead you talk of?
I know, lead. What is that? Is that what you lead a horse around with? But when he did get a lead 2 years ago, it was almost like they went into the tank. So the fact that Jones wouldn't cause an issue, or Jones wouldn't be the problem the reason why they lost the game.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I remember after the Saints game, one of my favorite things is to watch Bad Dog's rants. I just get a laugh of them every single time. And he was just ranting after the Falcons game about, like, just throw the ball deep. You know your identity. Use it. Use Kenny Galladay. Kenny Galladay's jump ball ability. Daniel Jones's. I think he has a good arm deep. Because if you look at like half of his interceptions, they're all like within 10 yards away. And then obviously you have Evan Ingram. That also makes up a lot of the interceptions too. Yeah, I think after that Saints game, like, it really just showed the identity of the team. And even Bad Dog said it, Entertainer said it. We're a deep passing team. But then the Giants went back to this conservative, bend but don't break on defense, soft zone. That drives me crazy. When they start getting into the things I hate the most, conservative on offense, and then, the soft zone on defense, both drive me insane.
And broccoli.
Yeah.
I don't like broccoli.
Oh, no, I'm a big fan of broccoli. Actually.
You like broccoli? I don't like broccoli.
You just don't overcook it and it's fine.
Wait, if you put cheese on it, I like broccoli with cheese.
I'm the opposite.
Cheese.
That's what Americans do. We put cheese on things, Dom.
Yeah, I know that, but not on broccoli. Jesus.
What the hell's wrong with you, Dom?
Logic's fine spot on here. I think it's 60%, but yeah, I was mentioning that earlier. That's why we're screwed. These guys are taking up 60%.
Mm-hmm.
You got 40% to build the rest of your roster.
And everyone likes broccoli.
Kill us next year.
People like broccoli. People like broccoli in the chat. I don't like broccoli.
Don't overcook it so it's nice and crisp. It's fine.
I know how to
I don't mean crisp like fried. I mean like still quite crunchy.
Ooh, put a little bit of salt and pepper with avocado. Avocado. I have avocado.
Aren't you getting fancy?
Well, I'm reading the damn chats.
I didn't mean you. I meant you're not fancy.
I am too fancy. Shut up. All right, ECK, do you have anything else to talk about here? Because we're going to jump on to the next caller.
Yeah, I got a question for Dom.
Oh, cool. Blimey.
So, as a big Harry Potter fan, have you ever seen any of the actors in person?
No, I don't think so.
You haven't?
No. Nope. No. I mean, no, I haven't. No.
Yeah.
No. Which one's your favorite?
Well, I'm just gonna say you sound exactly like Daniel Radcliffe.
Oh, really?
Like exactly like him, I think.
Wait, isn't he the new Batman?
I really hope not.
Who's the new Batman? Not Daniel Radcliffe. Who's the new Batman?
I'll Google it. Hang on.
Oh, God.
Give me 20 minutes. I'll be there.
Who is the new Batman? I knew it was somebody. Daniel Radcliffe. Which one's Daniel Radcliffe?
He's the Harry Potter one. My favorite. I really like
Robert Pattinson who was also in Harry Potter. Actually, is the new Batman.
See, I knew that. I knew that.
I thought the new Batman was Bruce Wayne, but But no, I've not met any of them in real life, I'm afraid. Although my brother-in-law is an actor and has starred in the West End as in The Woman in Black in the Daniel Radcliffe role. Of course, Daniel Radcliffe was in the film adaptation of Woman in Black.
Oh,
My brother-in-law was there on that role on the stage 4 or 5 years ago now.
Mm.
So there you go. That's the closest I've got.
All right, perfect.
All right, I had to ban Dom because he just bored me. I had to ban him. I'm sorry, ECK. You got Dom banned because he bored me. Oh, I brought Dom back.
I was answering the lad's question. The guy knows his stuff. You know, the least you can do is answer the question when he talks sense, right?
Yeah, but let's talk about something. Let's talk about something else. You look like Dumbledore. Dumbledore, is that a name?
Dumbledore.
I was trying to Google it. I was trying to say that I know Harry Potter stuff.
Who's not that great with Google now?
There's a store in Universal Studios in Florida where you can buy a Harry Potter wand. I went in it.
I can get you a Harry Potter wand. I just would nip to the local wood and pick up a stick.
All right, ECK, we appreciate you stopping on by. You subscribe. And like I said, if you don't know the channel, go out and find him. It's ECK Sports. He talks all a bunch of stuff, a lot of good stuff, a lot of fun stuff. And Dom, let's keep the train moving here. Oh no, we had one drop off. Well, now we don't have nobody else back on. We got a lot of good comments. I am Batman.
I'm Batman.
I am Batman. Was that supposed to be your Batman, Dom?
Yeah.
Because it sounded like you were a vacuum cleaner. So
we have a vacuum cleaner named Henry.
I'm Batman. That's Batman. I just watched Michael Keaton's Batman the other day.
I'm a big fan of the Bale Batman. I thought that was excellent.
Well, yeah, the Bale Batman. I think it's the best Batman. All right, we got here Giant's second interview with the Sham, the Bob, whatever his name is.
He can't get this job because we're screwed. We won't be able to talk. If he gets a job, his first question: how do you pronounce your name?
That would be my first question. How do you pronounce your name? Because I just call you Bob because we do not speak the name that we shall not speak. You're very welcome, ECK Sports, for having you guys on. Michael Keaton is the best Batman. Michael Keaton is the best Batman. All right, Tom, we got about 4 minutes here. If anyone else wants to jump on, we got about 4 minutes here because I got to go get my. I got to go check on my meatloaf.
Meatloaf. You're not going to start singing his songs as well, are you?
Meatloaf. You know what's funny? I can't think of any Meatloaf songs off the top of my head.
No, not a Meatloaf fan of any description.
But if you put cheese on it, it's good. Like
you put cheese on everything. We established
like
this. I had cheese on crackers earlier. Cheese goes on cauliflower, not broccoli. What are you on about, man?
Cheese on cauliflower was good. I would do cheese on cauliflower. I like cheese on cauliflower. But I actually make this sauce that goes over the oh my god, it's made out of cheese.
Oh no.
Paradise by the Dashboard Light. That's the song I was gonna sing. That was I couldn't remember it. I was singing Twisted Sister the other day on the stream or something. I forgot where, and I forgot the name of the group. I would do anything for love. I would do anything for love. There you go, Dom.
But he still can't get on the field.
What is Watson's contract at? I don't know what Watson's contract is. I like Watson and Flores to the Giants. I could see that. I'm going to post this 1 more minute. We got 3 minutes. If anyone wants to jump on real quick and give any pearls of wisdom. If not, I'm going to have to give Dom the pearls of wisdom, the final thought, the antithesis of the ending of the show, because Dom, of course, usually screws it up. Did you write anything down today, though?
No, of course I didn't. You know how we roll. He's got 2 years left on his contract after this year.
He's got two. What's his value? What's his contract?
It's massive.
He's got to be 30 something plus.
Yeah, it's
30 plus, I think.
Yeah, it's huge. Hang on.
Well, we should easily be able to fit that under the salary.
Yeah. You know, and he's like you say, he's going to be missing. Cap hit for 2022 is $40.4 million, and then 42.4 for 2023. But apart from that, should be no issue.
No, what's the word? Oh no, we got pearls of wisdom coming out from Poppycockers. Poppycockers, the best and only strip club that you need to go to at the West End. Oh, Dom will hook you up. Dom will make sure everything's all right over at the Poppycockers. Join us now or wait for next week. Sorry. I saw the Poppycockers comment, so I couldn't let it go by. That's what she said.
I mean, we're all aboard the polls train here. You know, how can we not be? But come on then, Tim. Let's just branch it out.
King of the almost sack.
Sorry, ECK asked.
It's a great button, and I just actually subscribed to his channel. As well.
There you go.
So there you go. What was I going to say? Yeah,
Oh.
let's branch it out beyond the Giants. Our season's over. The Cardinals are out, as predicted. Eventually, came right by myself. We got there in week 19. Who are you following now for the final few games of the season in the playoffs?
Who am I following now? I like
Not
the
not
Rams.
who you want to, not who you think's going to win. Who would you want to win?
I like the Rams. Oh, here you go, ECK. I'm sorry.
How dare you question Joe Judge?
That sound effect is getting retired. For those that don't know, I would like to see. I like the Rams. I like to see that. I like their offense, and I also like the Odell thing. Tim, if in the NFL you outright release a player, does the remaining money stay on the team's ledger? Yes. It depends on what money is guaranteed and what the bonus money is. But yes, it stays on the books. Can we get don't smoke crack? Oh my God.
Gentlemen, which brings me to my next point. Don't smoke crack.
I like the California teams. I'd like to see the 49ers and I'd like to see the Rams. To be honest.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the 49ers, but the team I want, and they're not going to go that much longer. Than I think the Titans will probably be the end of the road. I think Henry will run it down their throat, but is the Bengals. I thought they whiffed by not taking a tackle to protect Burrow this year, and I do think they need to beef up that O line still. But they've been fantastic this year, and wouldn't it be nice to see them go to Super Bowl? It's not going to happen, but I'll be following the Bengals for the remainder of the season.
Stafford gets his ring. What do you think about that?
Do you know what a turnaround that would be? The man that everyone says can't win a game when it matters. He's been throwing interceptions this year, etc. He's played really, really well this year. I'd be really happy for Stafford if he went and win it.
I didn't know how he was going to come back from that injury in the 49ers game a week before the playoffs.
Who do you think will take it? Who do you think will take it? I mean, I was talking about.
I honestly think it's going to be. I personally think it's going to be the Rams and the Bills.
Yeah, I had. Sorry, I caught a button by mistake there. I picked the Bills preseason. I think they played fantastically well last year. You hope that they didn't peak too early, but I said Bills preseason.
That's what she said.
I peaked about 15 years ago. Yeah, I mean, I'm not changing now because I'll be gutted if they went and won it and I changed my mind. So but go Bengals. I'm all behind them.
Yeah, I like the Bengals. So, all right, Dom, we are closing it out at 6:01. I got the meatloaf going. Pearls of wisdom, Dom. Your final thought. I'm not even going to build it up because you know what? Everyone knows it's going to be awesome. And if you let us all down, you will let down everyone in the free world.
Oh, no
What
pressure.
No pressure. What is your final thought?
My final thought is a plea to Mara. Look, you're hiring your GMs now. Hire your GM, get out of the way. Let them do what they need to do. Let them come in. Let them set expectations. And this fan base then needs to just get behind them. Give them a little bit of time. 2022 is going to be tough, whatever you do. But Mara, just hire this guy, whoever it is, whoever you think is the right person, and get out of their way. Please just do that, and then we'll see what happens. That's my final thought, is a plea to Mara, because we know he listens to this show.
Of course he does.
Who doesn't? But yeah, that's my final thought, and that's my final plea to Mara. Just do that.
We have to give Wolfie. I forgot about this button.
Bringing you the smooth sounds.
I forgot all about this button.
72 million. Not worth it, as you can plainly see.
You're going to get so confused when you got your radio soundboard and then this soundboard as to what's what and what's where.
I don't even want to tell you what they. I mean, I don't even want to talk about it. I literally don't want to talk about it.
Go and play some Fallout 4. Help.
Every day that it gets closer, because like when it was at 27 days, it was fine. Then it gets down to 26 days, and you're like, oh, I think I should still be okay. Then you get down to 25 days, you're like, oh dear Lord. And every day we get the countdown goes.
It's only 31 days. You're fine. Plenty of time to learn hockey.
No, it's the
18th of Feb, right?
It's 18th. So it's 30 days for today. It's 30 days. So I'm saying when it gets down to 29, 28, 27, the countdown, like when you have the advent calendar when you're a kid for Christmas and you're opening up the doors. That's what this is like.
When you're a kid, I still got one.
So do we. I had the TV show The Office advent calendar this year. So I have all the characters. I don't know where they went.
They probably went into the ether that is your office. If you tidied it once in a while, you'd have less of these issues.
Robbie the Robot Man.
You literally are like a big kid, aren't you?
I really am. But where'd my office thing go? I don't know where I have all the characters in a bag. I got everything all over my floor in my office. It's not good. Oh, I also got this. I think I said this. I got my Elvis. Got my Elvis. Oh, yeah, brother. He's gonna be making an appearance on the stream.
You're in a draft night, right?
That's actually what I got it for. I'm gonna have it on the counter. So
dear me. That was fun.
The Bucks look good too. It is. We're gonna do it again this year. Dom is committed to doing the draft this year. So I think we might do a free agency show if you're up for it.
Yeah,
I think free agency starts at 12 a.m.
Yeah, I'll do whatever.
So that'll be 5 a.m. your time.
Yeah,
that'll work.
That'll work.
So Star Blazers, Centurions, Transformers. No, I need a Star Blazer. I need the ship from the Star Blazer. Yamada. It's the Yamada that they found the Star Blazers. We're off to outer space, defending Mother Earth to save the human race. Our Star Blazers fighting with the Gamelons. Oh, that was a good show, Star Blazers. Sorry.
As usual, we've gone off on a tangent.
There's a tangent. We need a tangent button. We have a sarcasm button. We don't have a tangent button.
I love the sarcasm button.
Has anyone got any the Yamada? Yeah, it is the Yamada. Yeah, I know. I said it's Yamada. I know Star Blazers. I know Star Blazers, man. Come on, man. I know that
I
show.
don't know Star Blazers, but this one tickled me.
Which one? The free agent Giants?
Presumably, the missing persons on the side of the carton of milk will just be the Giants' offense, will it?
Yeah, I mean it's not going to be good. It's not going to be good at all. But it's just another day in paradise.
Hey, here's a cap cut where we can make. I think it's $3 million if we save it. Is Riley Dixon?
Oh, he's cut. That was one of the guys I had on my cut list. One of the 10.
He's got to go. Well, I've got him written down here. Yeah, we say 3.2 million if we get.
Yeah, well, he's one of the glorious 10. But then, like I said, we cut these 10 guys. We got 33 players under contract. Everything should be okay.
Fine.
Everything should be all right. Battle of the Planets. That was a good one. Battle of the Planets. Battle of the Planets. But I never understood the monkey thing. And then you got the guys that were in the feathers and the birds, and I think they were in the ocean. And I don't know. I didn't understand that show a lot. I watched Battle of the Planets though, and the Fiery Phoenix. But that's okay.
You've lost me.
Okay, Don, we'll talk about
Transformers. I can do, but
okay, we'll talk about Fireman Sam.
Yeah, no, don't get me ranting on him again, because I'll tell you that fire service is just overtooled. And that kid Norman just needs.
My thing about Fireman Sam is Pontypandy has to be. I was going to ask you what it's really like over in the UK. Pontypandy must be the worst city in the world because it's always on fire.
Yeah, I mean it's not a city; it's like a village in the middle.
Oh, the village! It's even worse. It's a village, and Pontypandy's always on fire. There's an episode called "The Great Fire of Pontypandy."
But Norman Price needs to be sent to a young offenders institute. He's just a menace. Seriously, someone somewhere needs to get this in hand. And don't get me started on the new postman Pat. I tell you.
Oh my
you can tell I've got young children.
Yes, you yes. Like I said, I had to go through the whole Fireman Sam phase.
Yeah, we're through that now. We're through that. We're fine. We're out the other side.
You've gone to the other side of Fireman Sam.
Yeah. We're good. We're all good.
Yeah. I actually have a station officer Steel and a Fireman Sam action figure on the other side of my room.
A big kid. Seriously, what is wrong with you?
It's almost like I have a Bigfoot on my desk.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
God.
And then if I need to, I hold my Buddy Thunderstruck.
I mean, without meaning to channel my inner Tim, my head hurts.
Shut up. Nobody likes you. Everyone tunes in for me.
Yeah, you invite me back every week.
I know. Tim, will we do a draft prospect video on different positions of draft and tell us your opinion? Yeah, we will be. Yeah. Well, we're going to do that. We're also going to, Dom and I are going to do a draft show. Anyone else have any other comments? You have any other comments, Dom, before we sign off on here?
No, only
no.
It's past 11 o'clock. It's past my bedtime. No. I mean, I said I made my plea to Mara. Mara, I know you're listening. If not, then shame on you. And hopefully this time next week we know who our GM is, and then I think we'll have a better sense of where we're heading head coach wise.
Yep. Next week we'll probably have a GM show. And we'll be looking at the new head coaches. So I appreciate everyone hanging in, everyone staying with us. I appreciate with Dom and everyone coming in. Dom and Manchester United. Thomas the Train. Thomas the Train.
Tank Engine.
Thomas the Tank Engine. I wasn't a big fan of the Alec Baldwin one. I liked the George Carlin ones better. I wasn't a big fan of the what's his name, Ringo Starr.
Ringo Starr. Yeah, I share a birthday with him as well, but he's a Beatles legend. Ringo Starr was the man.
What do you call the guy that hangs out with musicians?
Ian.
A drummer.
Oh, sorry. That's what you get. A magician that can't do magic is called Ian. Sorry.
Yeah, there you go. All right, everyone, we're out of here. We appreciate you stopping by. Oh, if you're an online Big Blue OG member, there will be a video out in the next, I would say 30, 40 minutes. I have it already queued up. I just haven't launched it yet. So you'll have a new OG content video. It's an early release of tomorrow's video. So I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope everyone, again, everyone for coming on, the Amaris Carpenter, El Gigante, ECK Sports, Kyle. We'll do a call and just do a one day Dom and I will just do a complete call in show, which will be, I think will be a lot of fun. Dom, have you met the Prime Minister yet?
It's the UK. We know everyone.
I know. Dom is
apart from Harry Potter actors, apparently.
Yeah, see, you don't know anyone from Harry Potter.
Oh, dear.
You know Dingledore, or whatever his name is.
Oh dear me, I'm not even going to bother correcting you.
Yeah.
But yeah, ECK just reminded me of our first question to the new GM. How do you pronounce your name?
That would be my first question. That would be the first question in the press conference. I'm telling you right. I am telling you right now that I would be there. Excuse me, sir. I have a question. Here's the first question of the day. Yes, I know you've taken over the GM position of the New York Giants, but how do you pronounce your name?
Can we get that reporter that asked Bill Belichick his New Year's resolution and then said come back next week? So she did and was brave enough or stupid enough to ask it a second time. She'll come in and ask. We'll be fine.
Oh my God. It's all good, guys. All right, guys. We appreciate you for hanging in for the last 2 hours because it has been 2 hours. And Dom, we're signing off. Say good night, Dom.
Good night, Dom.
Smart ass.
Stay classy.